Well, greetings, everyone. Sean here. Hi from the Sci-Fi Model Guy, and thank you guys all for popping in. We got some people filtering through the chat or coming into the chat, and it's nice to see some names here. I'll read them off soon, and see some familiar names and some new names. But I don't want to waste anyone's time here. I'm going to bring in our guest, Marc D with a C, and here he comes. And let's go to this layout. There we go.
Hey, that worked.
Hey, Marc.
We got two captains tonight. Who's in charge of this damn show?
Yeah. So yeah, I saw.
Sean, thank you.
Yeah, I saw Marc was wearing his shirt. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm gonna go put on mine too. But see, I got the NX01 hat too. So.
I got the D hat. Yeah, I got the Enterprise. That's Enterprise D, I guess, right?
Oh, okay. There we go.
But no, it's great to be on and talk making and all kinds of cool stuff. I've been enjoying your channel and watching all your builds and learning some stuff from you.
Oh, cool. I'm always learning.
The best tip was the CA, the instant activator.
Oh, the Instaset.
The spread Instaset. Thank you. Yep. See, what do I know? I'm a newbie.
The newest one that Gary Ambrosia taught me, and there's another one of the subscribers does too, is use baking soda. So if you need to like fill a gap. Yeah,
to fill a gap. Yeah, I saw you doing that with filling the gap. Yep. But the Instaset, actually, I used it on one of my Spider-Man Christmas ornaments. One of his pinky broke off.
Oh,
and it's a very, very tiny pinky, and so I used the Instaset, and I was like, oh, this is so good. Thank you. Every time I use it, I'm like, God bless Sean, because there's little things like you don't learn about in the hobby, and little tricks, and that's just so fun stuff. But
now, do you have it in the spray bottle, or do you have
spray bottle one?
Okay,
is there another one that's with a dropper? Or
no, but I ordered these little bottles from Amazon. They're just little 30 milliliter or whatever, and they've got a little needle coming out of them.
Okay,
and I'll send you the link, but I use those for all kinds of stuff. Like I make a slurry out of putty, resin, but then also the Instaset, and you can drop in little drops of it. But the baking soda also acts as an instant set for the glue.
Oh, it does. Okay,
yeah,
interesting to know. Yep.
Don't touch it because I burned myself.
Yeah,
that stuff gets hot.
2 weeks ago, I'm like, Maureen, I need the nail polish remover quick. I'd glued all my fingers together because I had I don't need gloves, right? Famous last words. And then with the Instaset, I sprayed it and it had some on my fingers.
Oh, yeah. And then you can feel it. It burns, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
And then everyone thinks you're Italian. Like, oh, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But,
so I think this is it's great to be on your channel for the first time. We were talking before we met through clobbering times, like many people. So hail Clobby and R.I.P. Clobby. So our love of Star Trek, and I think that's probably how a lot of modelers got started. Probably either Star Trek, Star Wars. I don't want to speak for everyone, or like if you love cars, like building a car. I think was one of my first models was an old car. I'm guessing like an old Corvette or back then it was new back then, but old now, like or tanks or planes. I had a friend who did planes.
Speaking of that, later when we show some of the viewer mail stuff, there's a cool car that you're gonna like. When I show it, you'll get a kick out of it.
Cool.
But let me run down here and just say hi to the chat here. We've got FKHC 2005 is a familiar face here. Hello. And TKS model Bauschmeid, and I think it means simple tinkerer or something.
In German, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think his name. That's Frank, I believe. Frank. We're going to show some pictures that Frank sent over. We have Nexus Works Hobbies, and let's see. Scrolling down. Ron Loeffler. I'm not wearing my glasses, folks. I apologize. Say, oh, Miskatonic Madman is here. How you doing, Eminem? Do we remember? You remember Miskatonic Madman from the Bobby Show, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I think I know that name. Yep. My brain is, the memory banks sometimes are damaged.
Yeah. And here's this guy. This is Marc D with a C guy is here. And let's see. And I say, oh, there's Andy Masterson is here.
Hey, Andy.
Andy was my second guest on the show.
Oh yeah, he says straight acetone. Yeah, that. But when I was telling my wife, I don't think she'd be able to find the acetone in my vein.
Yeah.
That is,
And
yeah.
let's see. Oh, Admiral Teague is here.
Yeah, Admiral Teague.
Hi, Admiral Teague, and yeah, that's all the names I see. It looks like there's a few other people lurking. So hello to you all.
Or anyone
It's
who watches this later, right? We always got to remember to say that.
the
Any
yeah. Oh,
lurkers
that's
or
right. The
whatever.
lurkers, the lurk kings, and the lurk queens, and
Yeah.
the people who come afterward. But
Yeah.
so yeah, tell us about you because like we said, we met through kind of Klobby's channel. So
Yep.
I know you to be an avid Star Trek fan and a comic book fan. So tell us about you and a little synopsis there.
Okay. Well, I'll try to make it short, but yeah, it's I think one of my first memories is watching probably Arena and TOS with the Gorn, of course. And remember watching at my grandmother's house probably on like a 13-inch black and white TV, and I just fell in love with Star Trek instantly. I always loved like Godzilla, King Kong, horror movies, the classic Universal monsters, always, something I just loved. And of course, I was born in '68, so Star Wars coming out in '77.
Oh,
That
you
was a
were the
huge
right
deal.
perfect age for it
Oh,
then.
perfect age, yeah, perfect age for all that stuff. So we'll show some of my collection in a minute here, but I got into modeling as a young kid. I was never very good at it, but probably like most kids. And put together models, and who cares how they looked, right? It was fun trying to build them, and then you get a little bit better. I had some friends who were super duper model makers, but I've always been in engineering and fixing cars, and anything sci-fi. Just love anything sci-fi. So I think that's what's fun, with this hobby. If you see something you like, you want a prop, or you want a phaser, and that's what's fantastic now about 3D printing and making, because it is science fiction. I mean, my dad was an inventor and had over 30 patents and invented some tools. If you're an electrician,
Really?
you would know my dad's tool.
Oh,
He
very
invented the
cool.
roto split. So I grew up with a dad who had a lathe and a Bridgeport in his basement. So
Yeah.
oh, you got a super chat. You got a super chat.
I
So
saw that. Yeah, I wanted to hear the rest of your thought. The Miskatonic Madman sends a super sticker of. Oh, it's a super pair. Thank you,
yeah.
Miskatonic Madman. Yeah, I don't have a song for the super pair. I'm gonna have to make one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Doomcock's got one, and Admiral Teague came up with one based on the Greatest American Hero song.
Oh, I love that show. Yep.
It's
So
good.
yeah, so I had a dad who was always into making and building, designing.
Hmm?
Do it like quick aside. Like we moved into our house, and first house when I was born, and it was a street. It was a development. Like everyone had the same house, and
Yeah.
mostly young couples, and
Mhm.
and my dad was from Europe, so he didn't watch sports, and like American football. And he got in trouble with all the dads because he would be out like all weekend working. Like the yard was a disaster. Everyone said they had like 2x4s buried there. So he like redug up the whole of the yard, and they're like Lucian. He's like, "You're making us look bad." He's like, "Could you just not do anything on Sunday? We're trying to watch the football game, and the wives are yelling at us. Why can't you be more like Lucian? He's always working." He's like, "Yeah, but I hate football." The guys are drinking. "We're gonna buy you some beer. Just stay inside and drink it." But he was always, tinkering and building, and he had a lot
Mhm.
of motorcycles and cars that he would work on. And so that's kind of always been in my DNA, I guess, just to try to fix things or build things or do things. So you build go-karts as a kid. So I do have like not some of the models I had. This is funny. Everyone remembers that Enterprise bridge model, right?
Mhm.
And this is the Spock from that bridge. I have him just in the
Oh, hold on.
Coliseum, and I went to Rome.
Let me make you a solo there.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
hysterical. But I don't have anything left of that bridge. I had pictures of me building it,
is that the
and
Colosseum?
that's the Coliseum. When I went to Rome, I said, "Let me put Spock in there," because his feet broke off. So I just have him putted in. I
That's
just have modeled. I just let me
he's
put Spock in the Coliseum.
he's
When he
getting
was
ready to
trying to.
fight. He's getting ready to fight Apollo.
Yeah, the animated episode when the gigantic Spock, right? So
I don't remember that one. I was thinking of Who Mourns for Adonis.
My Infinite Vulcan, I think, was the one that was that the one Chekhov, George Chekhov wrote. I think. But, we got Star Trek fans out there, but that's I have that, and I just remember that's from that that model that got I don't know where the so now they've reissued that model, the bridge. I think that was one of the first ones that I tried to build.
I saw that it's for sale. There's a place down in Austin, an hour or so away from where I live, and they've got a bunch of old model kits, and they've got one of those for sale. It's a few $100.
Yeah, well, you get the reissue. So I've got two of them actually, because two friends bought. That's the fun thing, is when you have friends that know you like stuff. Like, two different friends bought me two of the models. So
wow.
So the reproduction. So, and of course I built the Enterprise as a kit, multiple Enterprises. Or you remember the little kit that had the three, the Enterprise, then the Romulan ship and the Klingon ship.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're the little mini 3-1. So I had built a bunch of those. Yep. So well, why don't I you go around the room, spin around the room, and I can show.
Okay. Before you do that though, we have another super sticker.
Oh god, yeah.
The great Admiral Teague has shared. We have two super pairs now. We got two $10 super pairs out there to fight the injustice. Thank you, Admiral. Really appreciate it, man. Having a good time. You guys can catch me on Saturdays with Admiral Teague. Saturday reviews of Star Trek episode. We'll talk about that later. But thank you, Admiral. I really, really appreciate that.
A nice pair, he says.
Yeah. Well, we're a pair too. Like, I saw when Mark came on, I saw he was wearing that shirt. I'm like, oh wait, hold on, and I went and I grabbed my Admiral Teague shirt. Admiral Teague got me this shirt. Actually,
good taste.
Yeah, he sent me this. It's a little tight, but I just got to lose a little more weight, and then I can get into it a little better. But
the red shirt they didn't have in the size that fit me. Unfortunately, I would have bought the engineering shirt. Yeah.
Oh, and Radioactive's here as well. Hey, Radioactive. And nice pair of green pairs. Okay. So you wanted to pan around. So we've got your.
Let's try this with my camera. I'll turn this camera off so we don't have two marks.
You guys are going to be jealous of this.
So let's see if this works. I guess this is working, right? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So this is high tech. This is this is a very small office. I'm going to turn my mic off and go to the cell phone mic.
Okay.
If I'm spinning around. Let's see if that
we got
works.
Another pair too from Radioactive. Thank you, Radioactive. Pair saying keep it up. All right.
Okay, so hopefully this is working.
Yes.
All right, good. So I do have a lot of Star Trek stuff in here, but this is a very small room. Let me take my headset off here so I'm not getting an echo as I talk. But so this side of the room, of course, is all my Star Trek stuff, and I love Wrath of Khan. So I've got a ton of Wrath of Khan stuff. So I went to the world premiere of Star Trek, and the story behind that was Star Trek II. Our grammar school, one of my friends there, her uncle was the head of Paramount Pictures. So they had a choice of a fundraiser. They could have done Grease 2. This was a Catholic school. So then they had Grease 2 or Star Trek 2. So they did Star Trek 2 as a fundraiser. So Leonard Nimoy was there. I got to meet him, got his autograph a bunch of times, and got to watch Wrath of Khan, world premiere before it actually opened, which was wild. So I got to meet Spock and Leonard Nimoy, and I don't know what to say to him. I was just speechless. Yeah. So here's Enterprise.
That's the 650 scale model there.
That's the Diamond Select.
Oh, it is. Okay. So it's not a model kit?
It's not a model kit. Yeah, that's Diamond
Select kit. Let's see if
Oh,
the
it looked
batteries
like a
still
model
work.
kit. Oh, wow.
It is really well done. The Diamond Select were nice. Yeah. Well, I got to change the batteries. Come on, Scotty. Change the battery. You got to have a Spock clock, right?
Yeah. Spock on a clock.
There's another Corgi from Star Trek 2. Some mini mates. So gradually, I've filled up this office as much as I can.
Yeah, you seem like you're out of room there.
I am out of room. In college, I used to put posters on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Star Trek poster. It was very popular with the ladies. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, no doubt there.
This is a custom piece of art that my wife found. One of those art shows, and
oh, that's cool.
Reclaim stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Of course, I'm a Giants fan, so we got to have some Giants stuff there.
And you got people who are sitting there Googling Spock on a clock.
The Spock on a clock. Yeah.
Was that the Enterprise B or the Excelsior?
That is. Can you read the? I can't see the.
The B.
I think that's the B. That's the B. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I do have the Excelsior in the other room. There's a nice picture. And of course, on Wrath of Khan, I go back to this. I did the website for Laura Banks. So we had a mutual friend that was doing websites, and she said, "Oh, well, I've been in some movies. You probably wouldn't know me. I was in Wrath of Khan." I'm like, Laura, actually, your picture's on my wall. So she was in this room and signed some stuff for me.
Nice. Oh, you got the pigs in space guy there. Pigs in space.
Yeah. So I'll show some of the 3D printed stuff in a minute.
Yeah. I want to start talking about that.
Yeah. So here's some 3D printed Blues Brothers.
Oh, that was cool. Did they have a little pack of cigarettes? Like 1 a.m. We've got half a tank of gas. Pack of cigarettes. We're wearing I don't know that line.
They're wearing sunglasses and it's dark outside.
Yeah. Oh, there's a nice phaser. Oh, go back down to that phaser.
That's a Diamond Select one.
I've got a phaser to show too from I think Ian. Ian's one of the viewers. He sent in something he's building. It's really cool. You're
gonna like it. So I'm trying to sneak as much stuff. There's Frankenstein back in the creature, Falcon, and so here's some more Star Trek stuff. So
you got cross IPs there.
Oh yeah, we mix the IPs all the time. It's okay. Cross the stream, cross the IPs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is one of my favorite toys as a kid. The Mego communicators.
Oh, wow.
So I have my sister had this, and I had one. We'd play all the time.
Did you guys like when you would go to bed? Did you talk to? Okay, we're in bed. We can talk.
Yeah.
I did that with my friends. Yeah, I had like a friend across the street. We would talk with the walkie-talkie. That's cool. Does it work?
I don't think this one works anymore. The electronics are really primitive, and it make this horrible red alert noise. Yeah. So
got a whole arsenal of phasers there.
Yeah, phasers, communicators.
Admiral Teague says he had 3 sets of those communicators and none of them worked.
Yeah, the electronics are very iffy. I was opening them up. One of them was working, and then it stopped. And then this is my phaser too back there. That's Remco phaser, and that still works. Yep.
Oh, nice.
And that makes a horrible noise. I remember my uncle. I got that for Christmas, and he's like, "If you don't stop pressing that button, I'm gonna break that thing."
Yeah.
I have the battery out right now, but it makes an annoying noise.
Yep. Oh, JT Kirk is here. Hey, JT Kirk. Oh, wow. Wait, I can barely hear that.
Yeah, it's wait, I don't know if that was.
Okay.
That's a Hallmark ornament. I remember Raquel, when I showed Raquel that, she went nuts. She's like, I have to have that.
That's cool. Oh,
There's
the
some
thing.
more thing, yep. Lord of the Rings. We got an Enterprise, and that's a really cool statue of Kirk with the phaser rifle.
Oh, from the where no man has gone before. Yeah.
Yeah. Some Legos. We got a con thing. Yeah.
The con.
Weeping Angel. Yeah.
I like his bare chest. I like that.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that thing? That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so I've been collecting on eBay for years. Like anything, Wrath of Khan.
Oh, there's an All Good Things Enterprise right there.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Arena Cells. Yeah.
Hung these up.
Reliant Enterprise refit. US NX01. So are these were these just like little toys you bought, or any of those?
These are Johnny Lightnings, I believe. I think those are Johnny Lightning.
I had a long time. I had a bunch of the Micro Machines. Did you ever collect those? Oh, is that them?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't remember the displays like that though.
Oh, and those are 3D printed stands, actually.
Oh, okay, but those are Micro Machines, right?
Micro Machine, yeah, because the stands are really wonky. So that's something I can show, or we'll talk about, the 3D.
Yeah. JT Kirk says they're not toys, they're models. Absolutely. They're models and action figures. They're not dolls.
Correct. Yep. So here's more stuff. Of course, Micronauts is a kid of the 70s. Love the Micronauts.
Oh, wow.
The interchangeable world of the Micronauts. And of course, you have to have the life-size, Ben Grimm bust in your room. Got the Batmobile going here.
Oh, wow.
RC
is it
toy?
You always have that turning, or did you just
that comes with a stand, and it's a whole set. It's really well done. Yep, they're still selling them on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So, and there's some 3D printed Nosferatus. I gotta send out to some friends. Let's see here. Let's see if anyone recognizes this old computer.
Is that an original Mac?
Yep.
Wow.
With a hyperdrive, with a 5 gigabyte hyperdrive.
Oh, wow. I had an old Apple II GS way back in the day.
I've still got that too. Yeah, I collect, among other things, collect computers. No one's seen this computer, This is a Tandy model 2000.
Oh my god!
It actually has a 186 chip, not the 286, the 186.
I remember seeing an ad for those, and even back then it was like 10 grand.
Yeah, it was a work computer.
Tandies. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Bixby did the ad too, and Bill Gates wrote software for that, I think, too. Yeah. There's the Astor Station from the Micronauts, and of course we've got a show. DS9. And of course the big Enterprise.
Oh yeah, Playmobil. Yeah, that thing's pretty good.
It's awesome. Yeah,
does a lot of sounds too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wish it did more sounds. It should have done more. That was the one thing I didn't like about it. They only have about 10 different phrases. It should have had more. And of course, there's the Diamond Select. All the good things, Enterprise. Yep.
No, those aren't powered, right? They
just model. What'd you say?
Those Diamond Select, they don't have batteries or lights or anything.
They do actually. Yeah.
Oh.
They talk. Let's see if I can get where's that button hiding up here? I don't want to knock it down.
I think I saw something come on
there. It does. I might have taken the batteries out. Actually, and when you separate the saucer section, it has an effect with the magnets, and it actually makes a separation sound.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we'll get through this quick now. But here I've got all these little Legos and
minifigs, yeah,
Micronauts and minifigures. And of course, here's my shelf of Fantastic Four.
Wow. I like the stretchy one. So here's a question. If you were to come down into the room one day and one thing was missing, would you notice?
I think I would.
Like, where's that little Thor figure?
Where did Pooh go?
Yeah. Buddy Hepburn is here. Hey, Buddy Hepburn.
Hey, guys. And I can't see the chat right now because I'm moving around. So if I missed anything, I can't hear. Oh, that's a 3D print up there. Gizmo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there are a few 3D printed things. Yep. Oop. Bruce Banner fell down there. See, I just noticed that. Yep. Banner took a nosedive.
He'll be all right.
Yep. So that's the office. That's the office tour. Yep. And of course, yeah, we've got the Ricardo Montalban's signature there.
Oh man.
And of course, sorry about that. And there's of course this monster, Ben Grimm. Yeah. So I've got that. That's actually Clobbering Tom's poster.
Really?
Yep. So his son gave it back. We had chipped in to get him that as a gift, and he's like, "Oh, I think you should have it."
That's nice. You found some room.
So I keep it there, and of course, I am Batman. Batman standee. Yeah. And here we go. Saturday morning fever, right? All of us. So
when you're spending time in this room, do you just feel like you're 10 years old again?
Yeah, that's what I try. Yeah.
I mean, it really must. Like, it must take you back some.
Oh, it does. Yeah, yeah. That's why you love all these memories and sharing these things.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's Battle of the Planets. So here's the 3D.
Let's
for the phaser rifle. For the Mego figures. Yep. So here, let's show. I'll turn. If you want to turn this camera off.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn that off. We can show a couple of 3D prints up here.
So we're turning off this one, right? And
yeah. So turn off that one, and I'm gonna change my camera.
I'm this Ron LaFleur. I'm Gumby, damn it. You saw the Gumby figure you had there. I think Mark's just getting back to his seat. But yeah, I'm just sorry, folks. I'm just looking through the chat. Some nice interchanges here. Some good questions. I'll throw this one up. From TKS model. You're Frank, right? I didn't go back to my file. I just want to make sure that I'm getting your name right. But Frank has a comment, Mark.
Oh, sure. Yep.
He says collectibles, and he removed them all from the blisters.
How do you know I don't have two of each?
There you go. Hey, they're meant to be played with. You know, you don't have to keep everything in. And I did see some stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then he also says, now to the juicy stuff. Do you have pets and or kids, and are they allowed in that room?
We did have a dog, Duke, God rest his soul, for about 17 years. He passed away about 10. Oh God, it's been about 10 years ago now. 3 kids, and only one of them is kind of semi Star Trek interested or sci-fi interested, but not big disappointment. I guess I was a bad parent. And and my daughter and this other son, they're all out of college now working, and they're not big genre fans. Daughter dabbled in Harry Potter, read all the books, and loved reading the books, but they're not big collectors, or I don't know what I did wrong. But when my daughter had a new cat, and with our Christmas tree and some of the stuff, it got a little risque a few times. The cats are pretty good though; they're pretty agile. But yeah,
well, they're the reason we know the Earth isn't flat. Because if it were, they'd knock everything down by this time.
Right?
Yeah.
So let me show a few of the 3D prints, and we'll go down to
Okay.
the workshop. So here's I got the new bamboo. I had my first 3D printer was a very small, like 5 inch or 10 inch by 10 inch by 10 inch, um, very cheap beginner 3D printer, uh,
Mhm.
and by mono
Let me
price.
bring you solo layout there. So you're
There we
saying
go.
this was the first thing you did? Is that
No, this is very recent, but just
oh
like my 3D print journey, I started with a very cheap, like $100 3D printer, which is a good way to start too. I think before, if you get into a hobby, don't go out and buy, like the Ferrari or
mhm.
the something.
Okay, yeah. So let me ask you this, like that's you started off on a good point there. Like so if someone wants to get into 3D printing, what are the basics we need to know? So like
Well, there's two different types of 3D printers. So there's resin, which is like a plate with a picture, taking a picture of every level layer,
mhm.
and but you've got to deal with chemicals and acetone or rubbing alcohol, basically.
And
Then you've
that
got to deal with
helps
the resin.
melt it into the
Well, cleanup for
the
cleanup. So you've got to have
okay.
proper ventilation. So not to scare anyone away from resin printing, but I wouldn't start with resin as my first 3D printer, although the quality is incredible and the details.
Mhm.
Uh, so the best way to go is FDM, or think of it like it's like you have a soldering iron and you're melting plastic and you're squirting the plastic out. So it's additive method. So you can get into a cheap 3D printer now, even 150 bucks, 200
Yeah.
bucks, and see if it's something you'd like. And oh yeah, next is resin anycubic. We got rid of it because of chemicals. Yeah, the chemicals are toxic. So I have it in my basement. I have a hood set up. I wear gloves. I don't know how much they say to wear a mask, but unless you're wearing a respirator,
Yeah.
uh,
What good's a mask?
a mask, yeah,
Yeah,
so
and we're
you should
talking
wear
about 3D printing, YouTube. We're not talking about anything that
medical.
happened a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I have I'll show you. I have an exhaust fan running 24/7. The
Mm,
fumes weren't that bad in with the resin, but it is toxic. It's on the bottle. You can't get it on your hands, and
sure.
if you get it on your hands, and say you go outside, you could burn yourself. I mean, it's happened to people where they don't realize they have the resin on. So not to
But the
scare
light
you,
activates it or
the
something,
light
or
activates it. Yep, ultraviolet light activates it.
yeah. So I use this stuff called solar res. Have you ever heard of that?
No, is that
So
to work on the models or?
yeah, solar res comes in a little bottle and it's resin. And it comes out super thick. It's like really high viscosity, right? Doesn't that mean it's thick? High viscosity, thick. Low viscosity is runny.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
think.
Low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's got a very high viscosity, and it's in a like a black bottle, but then it comes with a little ultraviolet flashlight. So you put the
To
resin on, and
activate
then
it.
you hit with the resin with the light, and it hardens it immediately. I use it for windows. I use it to tack down optical fiber optic wire. So if I
Okay.
want to light something with fiber optics,
Oh,
I'll
you'll
use the
glue it to
solar.
the model with that.
Yeah, because the solar res won't distort the fiber optic wire, but it's strong enough to hold a bond that it'll hold it to the plastic.
Yeah.
I can get.
Well, I was
Sometimes I'll
watching
use
your
tape.
last video where you're trying to fill in some of the lines on the Enterprise C. Could
Mm.
you have used resin for that, or because you were
I
doing it with glue?
yeah, I was doing it with glue. I could have used resin, but the thing is, solar res that I have, it's not sticky. It doesn't really bond, and I was
Oh,
afraid of
okay.
it just popping off. So I wanted
I
something that
wonder if you try the
grabbed it.
resin I use for the 3D printer. If you buy a small bottle, I mean,
Oh,
or you could maybe do that. The 3D printer resin, because that's how I fix some of the models or fill in. If you've got a resin
uh,
print, you can put some baking soda, or like you said, to thicken it up. You can put it in the
okay,
cracks, and then you activate it, and then it seals it, and you can't see the crack anymore, which is pretty amazing. So I wonder if the 3D resin would work for something like that. I've never tried it, like filling something in on a plastic model, but that might be a way to get it to work too. Or you can always try it
okay.
like on a scrap piece or something and see what.
Yeah, I could. Hey, Thetazord's here.
Oh, and he has the same Diamond Select All Good Things Enterprise. Yeah, that's an amazing model. It's just wonderful. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great. Yep.
So
So yeah,
okay,
so
yeah, the printer.
the printer. Yep. So I was gonna say. So this was. I got a new Bamboo Labs printer. I went all in, and I've been 3D printing for a while. So I got the best one that they have, the X1, which is all enclosed, so I can actually print carbon fiber. I can use it for work for actually some of the things I need to do at work. So I
So
can
you wrote it
make
off.
some of the products
You
with
can write
carbon
it off.
fiber. I can write it off, and it's
Yeah.
a carbon, yeah, carbon fiber reinforced. So some of the hand tools that we do, for prototyping. That's what I was mentioning. My dad, he would have loved to having this because about 10 or 15 years ago, we were looking at some printers, but they were like $20,000, $25,000, and yeah, it's now with the quality of these printers, it's the cost has just come down so much that you can get a great 3D printer for a couple $100. So I would recommend like the Bamboo Lab A1 is a
Mhm.
great starting point. Bamboo Lab has made everything so easy to work with. Now there's some controversy about their firmware and privacy lately, so I'm not going to get into that right now. Creality's come out with a competitor, so I think competition is great because my first 3D printer, you had to level the bed manually, level all the different spots, tweak it all the time, upgrade it, change it, which is fun. That's part of the hobby. But if you just want to have something work like a toaster oven or microwave, the
Yeah.
Bamboo Lab is getting it's not there 100%, but it's getting there where a newbie could, put that printer on and within a half hour be printing something because the bed levels automatically. It's all enclosed. Uh,
Nice.
everything is the interior is heated, with that enclosure. So I would say like the Bamboo Lab A1 Mini. I'm trying to say how much does that sell for now? Let's see if I do buy, and this is through them. I don't know.
And
Uh,
while you're looking at that, good night to Ron. Ron saying good night to everyone. Thank you for
Good night,
popping
Ron.
in. Really appreciate it, man.
Great to see you.
Oh wait, here's something in your language, Mark. I don't know. I have an old cutie.
QDX Max 3 and love, a great beginner machine. Not that cheap, but a nice big printing bed. I'm not sure if let me Google that one, see if I've seen that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the A1 Mini is $220 right now. That's a huge printer, the QD Max 3D. Yeah, you can print a lot of great stuff on there. Yeah.
How much does that
Yeah,
run? Does it have a price
that
on
one
there?
I'm seeing around 750.
Ooh, that must be really good. Because, like you
Yeah,
said,
that's a good
you
one. Yeah.
mentioned some good. You can get good ones for a couple $100, right? Like,
Yeah, like this Bamboo Lab. I'm not affiliated with Bamboo Labs. Although if they do want to sponsor me, just kidding. But the A1 Mini is about 220, and then if you want to do, the beautiful thing with the Bamboo Labs and Prusa makes excellent printers too. Yeah, so Prusa, I would check out Prusa, Jacob Prusa. Um, so you can do 4 colors. So for $369, you can do 4-color printing, which is a game changer too. So it's just
4-color. Wow.
and I'll show her some stuff in a second. Yeah. So um, if you it's Bamboo Labs. Here's the A1 Mini. I'll put it in the private chat if you want to.
Oh, or if you want to, yeah, I can.
Am I a mod or let's see?
Well, you can share a screen.
No, if you I could share the screen. Yep, I could do that too. Yep. There we go. So let's put if anyone's looking, here I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah.
And Prusa Labs too. Let me share my screen. Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, for the link. Oh, I see what you're
Yeah, if
saying.
they just wanted. Yep, if they wanted to. So this is a great. Everyone's been giving this printer good reviews. My daughter's boyfriend has the A1, the regular one, and he loves it too. So
Okay.
this
Oh,
is
there we go.
yeah. So this is
Whoa, that's not what I pictured these things to look like.
yeah. So there's the 4-color feeder,
Uh-huh.
and so you could get just the printer with one color. Which is what most printers were for the last few years. And then if you wanted to add, you can buy the AMS, they call it, or the multi-material. You can buy that at any time and add that onto the printer. And wait for sales and things like that too. But really great quality on this machine. It's a small
Wow.
machine, so I think a lot of people with print farms, like they'll buy this machine as an extra machine, even if they have a big one. Just like if you got to do a small print job, so you have the big one doing a big something big. If you really get into the hobby, people
Sure.
usually have multiple machines so that they can do, uh, more things at once. So this is the one that I bought, which is the Bamboo Lab X1.
Okay, now that looks more like I thought they were enclosed and everything. So that other thing was open.
Yeah, so that's a bed slinger. Now the original 3D printers from were were enclosed actually, and then they went to the bed slingers where the bed actually moves. The
Mhm.
bed just, and we'll go downstairs. I'll show it. The bed moves up and down, and the print head moves X and Y. So it's a much more stable platform. So you can
Oh,
get
okay.
much higher speeds with this printer. So that way that this was a revolutionary printer when it came out. It's been out a couple of years, but you've got the 4-color, beautiful screen on it. There's a camera in it, and it's just so easy to use compared to
What's the camera for? Like live stream
live streaming.
things?
You have live stream
And people will do
some of
that.
the
People will
prints. Yeah.
watch a thing get printed. Quick question though. So the what's the purpose of the 4-color printing? Because I would guess people would almost always want to paint these things. Wouldn't
Yes and no. Now, for example, check this out.
Oh, let me
Yeah, if you want to zoom in on that one. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm making you work hard
no,
tonight,
no,
Sean.
that's what I'm here.
So
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
this is a coaster, 4-color or 3-color
That's
actually.
cool. Look at
So I
that.
printed these coasters and a holder. So I didn't design this. This is on Maker World, and I've got these
Yeah.
coasters. And so I've got Starfleet command coasters. So how
Look at
cool
the
is
yeah,
that?
you're getting some comments here. Yeah, look at that. Wow.
So all credit to the designer of this, the person, but uh, this is really cool. So I can make
Amazing.
coasters. I've got 6 coasters, and there's a stand for it. You hold your coasters
Oh,
in
okay.
here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Is that cool?
Really? See,
So,
I'm gonna have to like make my wife hold my wallet now because and I knew this was gonna happen.
yep.
Yeah.
And I'll show you what I'm printing downstairs too. So there's a lot of there's a lot of sci-fi stuff that you can do. But this was I saw this print. I said, let me check out the multicolor. So yeah,
Yeah.
could you paint this? You could, but not in this detail unless you're uber talented artist. I
I
mean, you
see.
got to be.
Okay.
I mean, you got to
Yeah, I
be
didn't
really
think of
good
things
to.
like this. Yeah. You
Yeah,
could
so
make
you got to be
even
really good and not to saying you couldn't paint it, but I'm not that great of a painter. I'm very average, so uh,
no,
and then I can.
that's lettering and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. And then I'm guessing you can definitely sand those down and it would still be just really
Well, the
nice.
nice thing is, the it has a textured PAI on the plate. There's a texture to it, so it probably doesn't translate through the YouTubes.
I can
But there's
kind of
that
see it.
sheen to it. Kind of see it a little bit. See how
Yeah.
it's got that
Mhm.
nice finish. So this is the regular finish, the flat, without no sanding too. That's the finish off the printer. No sanding, and this is kind of like the textured side, which gives like a cool kind of 3D sheen to it.
Look at
So
Miskatonics. You're making me want to buy expensive things.
yes. Well, you can do that on the 200. Well, you need the 4-color, so you could do that on
Yeah.
the $300 one. And there's competitors out there too. I think Bamboo has just done such a great job with making it very user friendly
Mhm.
and very easy to use and get up and running. And knock on wood, I've had you've got to know the machine. I've had some clogs and things where the filament will break in the tube
That would be
and that
me. Yeah.
yeah.
Break it.
So, if you want to show the bamboo screen again, I'll just show you if you want to go back to
Oh,
the,
oh yeah. Let me.
yeah,
Yeah. Well.
yeah. So just go through the pictures here on this. So yeah, so it's all enclosed, and the nice thing is yeah. So that one, yes, that I got that on sale for Black Friday, and like you said, it's for my business, and I'm actually selling 3D prints now. I just sold a few more Doomsday machines. So
oh, did you really?
yep. So you
So
can
yeah,
make
do you have like
money
is it
off
an
these.
Etsy site or do just people get a hold
You
of
know,
you?
I had it on Etsy, and then they hit me with a copyright strike. So I just put
Ah,
it on
boo.
eBay. I'm like, and other people were selling all kinds of Star Trek stuff. I'm like, what's going on? Why get hit? And I don't know if it was maybe the other person selling. I shouldn't say that, but maybe it was the other person selling Doomsday machines. I don't know. I just speculating, not saying, but um, so I have my eBay store, and I'll put that link in
Yeah,
the.
I give
You
you a
modded me
mint,
or so. Thank
so
you.
yeah,
Yep,
so you can go ahead
appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah.
and I did
So
pin for everyone there. I did pin Mark's YouTube channel there at the top of the chat. It should be
thank you
there.
so much. Yep.
I think it's there.
So here, let me. Here's the
That'd be
eBay
amazing.
link, and I also have them on Ko-fi too. But eBay seems to get the most traffic, obviously. Yep. Ko-fi or coffee, I guess you say. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
So
TKS, you're fine. We're getting everything you're saying, brother.
yeah. So let me show you my very first 3D printer. Let me see if I can show that one just to.
Yeah, show
Yeah,
me
here we
that, and
go.
then when after that we'll go and I'll do a round of viewer mail
Okay.
to show what some not all of them because we got quite a number.
Yeah, and then I can show the machines downstairs. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Visit. Here we go. Let's see here. Pull this over. Whenever you're trying to show an image, but this, I think it was $150 that I got this printer for.
That
But
was your
it's
first one.
120. That was my first one. Very manual, but it's great to learn, right? I mean, I wouldn't say even to buy. It's not even worth buying this printer now because it's just so outdated. But it was a great little machine to learn on.
Now, do
So
these
it's.
things get like every year? Does the next model just really good? Is it like the early days of PCs where 6 months later the thing
I
that
think
comes out is
it's.
just
I think it
insane?
had stagnated for a while, and then when the Bamboo Labs came out, that really did an amazing was an amazing upgrade in terms of usability, quality, reliability, and the core of the XY core, opposite the bed slingers, as we'll show. Like these, the beds move around XY, and then the print head moves up and down. The core XY, as I said, just the bed moves just up and down and not the head, so it's much more stable. It's a much more stable design. So this is my
Yeah, I
second
would guess
printer.
it helps it not drip out or get jarred around off of the
Yeah, it's much more much more stable. So
You're
this
bringing
was
the piece to the pen, not the pen to the piece.
yep. So this is 300 by 300 by 400, and I still have this printer working, although it did the touch screen just broke, so I've got to fix it. But I got this on sale too for maybe like $250, I think, and did a lot of mods to it, and it, gave me a lot of great prints. So I don't know if it's.
So
I'll definitely
you
fix it.
modded a 3D printer?
Well, you would add any printer. They've got all kinds of add-ons like supports you could print to, things to make it more reliable. Different
Oh,
pieces you
okay.
could change in the printer, like the roller bearings you would change, say, and
Okay, I thought
add.
you were like talking you engineering stuff and
Yeah,
like your own
not like that.
designs.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but like
you didn't Han Solo the thing.
no, yeah, but like the bed, I bought a, CNC machine bed, so the plate was 100% level. Um, so there's all kinds of tweaks and add-ons, like any of these machines. If the community gets big enough, they'll sell. Companies will sell, third-party add-ons and
Here's
different
a
parts for the
question.
extruder.
Here's a question. Does anyone ever print mods to the printer?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So actually,
you
some of
can,
the pieces were mods that you would print. Yep, and
that's cool.
Prusa actually has. I'll show their printers next. Yep. Uh, a lot of their components were 3D printed. Oh,
That's
and
pretty,
yeah, Nexus is asking how tall. Well, this printer will go 400 millimeters, which is the big printer. The Bamboo Labs will do 256 millimeters, and
that's
the
height, right?
first one was height. Yeah, the first one was 120, so about 10 what's that, 12 inches or 10 inches? My conversion rates here. Um, so, and then my resin printer will do, I think, about 8 inches on my resin printer. So here's the
Some of the bigger stuff, though, you print in pieces and then you put them
you can print
together.
in pieces, correct? Yeah, and glue them together. Yeah, it's always better if you can print in just one, one go if possible. So here's the
By the
Prusa.
way, speaking of that, Mark, sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yep.
There's the guy that inspired me to make this channel. His name was Boyd Crompton, and he had a show called Trekworks, and he got a hold of someone that made a almost full scale, like 90% scale of a Nomad.
Wow.
From the Changeling, and he built. It was 3D printed parts. He assembled it and put all the flashing lights in there and a soundboard and all that. I'm like, oh, I want
awesome.
one. But the guy that makes them charges like $1,000 or something.
That's probably about right, though, in terms of of electronics and time and printing.
Sure,
and,
yeah. But ooh, that would be cool to get a hold of that thing. Okay,
I've
go
seen
ahead.
some of the. Well, no. I've seen some. We'll talk about that too, like where you can get models to print, and I've seen some of those models. Of course, adding the electronics. I'm sure his, and I think I've seen his version. Yeah, it was like it's a super duper, uber amazing, version of
Yeah.
that of Nomad. Yep.
And
So that's
R.I.P.
what's so
Boyd.
much. Yeah, R.I.P. Boyd. Yep, what a great guy. Yep.
Did you watch this channel? Didn't you?
Yeah, I've seen some of his shows. Yeah. So really talented guy. Yep.
I'm really
amazing.
sad that he was in the middle of making a 6-foot Enterprise. Him and some people, they were getting the parts together, like
that's
printed out of
incredible.
carbon fiber or some crazy thing.
Oh. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
He was an amazing guy. Hey, Herc
So
130's here.
this is
Hey, Herc.
Oh, hey, Herc. Finally got here. Yep. His Nautilus and Lost in Space models are fantastic. Yeah, I love Lost in Space.
Oh yeah. He was my inspiration.
Yep.
He was doing a show. He did a show similar to this. So we're picking it up.
Yep.
So yeah, go ahead.
No, it's great stuff. Yeah, you always want to remember the people that inspire you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is the new Prusa XL, which is kind of competing with the Bamboo Labs, and you can have 5 extruders on there, and that's a super duper.
$9.99. Oh my goodness.
But when you think about it, though, like I remember when we first bought computers, right back in the day. Wasn't a computer like $2,500?
Oh
or
sure. Well, we were talking about the Tandy was 10 grand in
right, yeah,
early 80s.
and a printer like a laser printer was like $3,000. So I mean, this is obviously if you're, this is you're doing this for a business, but even for a business, it's not a lot of money doing. I shouldn't say not a lot. It is a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, it's this machine you couldn't have bought at a commercial level, years ago. Or like I said, we were looking at some of the machines for our prototyping business, and instead of having the machinists make the part, by hand on the Bridgeport, to have this capability is amazing. But that would have been like 50 grand or something to buy this machine. So now it's it's $4,000. So
yeah. So if you explain to us what can this machine do that you're showing us that the one you have at home can't?
This has 5 print heads, so you'll have less waste in terms of plastic when it doesn't have to purge the material, which I'll show when we go downstairs.
Okay.
And it's going to be a lot faster. It's just an incredible setup there.
Hi, Jill. Jill's here.
Hey, Jill. It was great hanging with you last night. Congrats on 3 years, Jill. Yep.
Yeah, congratulations, 3 years for Jill. I like popped on like right before I went to bed because I was up really late and I saw that you were on there. But happy 3rd anniversary to Jill. Go ahead. So
yeah. So that's just the super duper. That's like the next iteration, getting closer and closer to replicators. This is the standard Prusa.
That's super thin, like no lines on that one. Like that's super pricey.
Oh, it was a great print. Yeah. So this is $1,000. You can buy the kit for $729. So these are higher end printers, and I think they have the Prusa Mini. Let's see how much that one is. They've got SLA printers now too.
What is that SLA?
That's the resin printer. The resin printer.
Oh, okay, and those are the ones you said have real toxic, and you have to have a ventilator and.
Yeah, it's chemicals. Yeah, so the best detail and quality, but it's not so easy for a beginner, I would say.
Yeah,
So
because
that's
I've bought some stuff. There's a company called Green Strawberry that they make a lot of additions to model kits. Like if you buy the enterprise model and you want a more accurate impulse engine, they make
okay.
those things. And those are all resin. I'm pretty sure they're done like with one of these things.
That's probably, I'm guessing that would be how they would be doing it. Yep.
Yeah, and
I mean,
it's a lot
if you
easier to
take the
sand them too, I've noticed.
oh yeah, it's beautiful. I'll show some of the stuff, but it's if you take the proper precautions. I'm saying if I wouldn't get into like if I had to pick something, I wouldn't start with a resin printer. You, as I say, you can't, but people who do miniatures, wargaming and uh,
Oh yeah.
Warhammer, you know, it's phenomenal. I can imagine growing up playing D&D and then having one of these.
Oh, I know.
Uh,
God, yeah.
oh my God, we're going crazy instead of buying the lead figures. But
Do these things use and you could tell us more about it. I'm sure you're going to get to it, but like the files that these resin ones, is it the same ones that the other printers use? Like they built the
they,
same
yeah,
way?
yeah, they are the same files. Yeah, but
Okay.
I do subscribe to some people on Patreon, and that's another thing we can talk about, where they'll sell you the files each month. If you subscribe, they'll come up with like there's a person I subscribe to, and then they'll pre-support the files for you, so it'll make it even easier for you to print if you're totally don't know what you're doing. Um,
Oh, okay.
so
Oh,
we'll show that. Yeah, that's a good thing to show. Yeah.
yeah. Good night, Brian. Thank you for popping in. He says, I'm sitting there falling asleep. Well, I hope it's
Sorry,
just
Brian.
because you're tired and that hopefully we're not just boring you to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, but good night. Thank you for being here.
Great to see you. Yep. And you maybe finish the rewind when you're not
Yeah.
so tired. Yep.
Okay. So the
um,
same files and they're PLF. Is that what?
PLA is the standard material for most of the 3D prints,
Mhm.
and that or you have the resin. So I'll show
Oh,
you like Maker World. Yep.
I meant the file extensions. I thought they were
Oh, the
like
file
dot
extension. Oh, STL is probably the most
STL.
common.
Okay, all right.
STL and or it'll be 3DF, which is the printer file for Bamboo. There's 3DF files, but say you want to do something from scratch in CAD, typically you would do it as an STL and then pull it into the slicer. So why don't I show that? Just
Yeah, that would be great.
yeah. So why don't I pull this over here? So I've got my files here. So this is Maker World. There's Thingiverse. There's all kinds of websites where you can find models already made up. So we'll go to Thingiverse too. But for example, here's
There's a
I've been saving
Blackbird.
some Star Trek files, right? So let's see Star Trek, and I've just started using Maker World, so I don't have as much stuff saved. But say if I go to Star Trek here, like these are those Micro Machine
Oh yeah, the
uh,
stands that you
basis
have.
stands. Yep.
Now
Um,
that's a dual color. You would have that with a
dual color
multicolor
print.
printer. Okay.
Yep, here's the
Yeah, those coasters are
posters.
so cool. The
Yeah,
people in the chat were really digging on
yeah, good tea, nice house. I got to print
those.
those for my buddy
Yeah.
who loves Worf, and
Tea time with
he
Mister.
had a yeah. So say we just do a search for Star Trek, right? I just do a Star Trek search, right? Constitution class popped up here. Look at Enterprise D. You've got the
Wait,
Warp
someone
Core here.
printed that Connie?
Yeah, well, let's click on this and let's see what comes up here. So I'm clicking on this, and let's see the pictures here. So someone 3D printed that.
Oh, that's a strange new woke.
That's a
Yeah.
strange nude worms, but
Yeah.
it just
Whatever.
shows you an example of printing. So then if I say I want to print this, right? We're not getting into the new Star Trek good bad any of that. I'm just opening
Yeah,
Bamboo
no, it's
Studio.
like still I cringe when I like
I know, yeah. I apologize, but this is the first month, so I'm just going to do open in Bamboo Lab Studio.
That said, I love the ship. I mean, the design is
Yeah.
kick butt. I love the model. I just could not bring myself to get it, but it's a really cool rethought of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Whoever
Yeah.
designed it has got. I like it. I do like it.
So now this is opening up in Bamboo Lab. So this is just how easy it is. It's on my other monitor. So it's importing the model, the 3MF files.
That's all printed from one hit, or did like is that?
Well, they probably did multiple plates here, so I'll show you that as soon as. Oh yeah, there's a lot of pieces here. This is a big this is a big one to print. This is not an easy one to
wow!
print.
Look at that.
So what you do with this, and God bless the designer. So Bamboo Labs, the way it's set up, you have plates. Think of it just like files within a file. So it's just like organizing everything together for you. So you're printing, the first plate, you're printing the underside of the hull. Then and it's got 4 colors here too, or 5. Oh, he's got multiple colors. Yeah, so you can change it so it uses less colors.
Sure.
If you don't have you can add up to, I think, 16 colors if you keep buying those add-ons from the machine, or you could paint it, right? You could, just print it in white.
There's money to be made in people designing these files, and they sell them.
Yeah, and selling them. Yep. So this is another, like the dark gray. So this person had separated all the pieces, so you could print them separately and paint them separately. So there's the logo.
God, I could get so lost in this.
This is an overly complicated one too, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and I mean lost in it. Like I would immerse myself. This is why I've avoided getting one.
Yeah, so like so this is the 3 color here, so then you wouldn't have to paint it, but like you could combine some of these parts onto one plate and print them, not multicolor, and paint them after.
Oh, but I like this. If I were to do it, I would do something like this, where I would build it like a model kit. I wouldn't build one piece. I'd build these so I could light it and I could do all kinds of stuff. Oh man.
So that's how you would do. This is not overly complicated, but the designer did a nice job separating everything. So if you wanted to, you could combine some of these and print them one color and paint them.
Sure.
But then you would do here, you would go here. We'd go slice. So let me go to zoom in on this.
Yeah, and Herc 130 says a total rabbit hole, but it's releasing. It is releasing for your creativity and imagination. Yeah,
right.
And I think all of us here who are oohing and awing over this played with Legos, or still do. I do. I still play with my Legos.
Yeah.
I don't play with them. I build them.
So now what this is doing, you build them. Yeah. So this is slicing the plate. So this is reducing this Enterprise hull to coordinates X, Y, and Z. And then you can see, let me zoom in here. It's gonna show where each layer, so you can see as it's building it, what the layers look like.
So this is the computer. This is the layer. The computer would calculate this on its own. Like you build the model in 3D, and then it figures out how it would assemble it.
This is called the slicing mode. So it's sliced the model. So it's doing G code, and it's sending all the X, Y, and Z coordinates to the printer to tell the printer head where to go as it's printing. So
maybe I misspoke. My question was, so all the stuff we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
This isn't the stuff the designer has to worry about. The designer makes a 3D model, and then the computer has algorithms that figure out the best way to send it to the printer.
Basically, yep. So you've got to see if you can see the nozzle moving around, and see the G code there. So this is called the slicing. So yes and no, you can just tell the computer to slice it, but then if the more advanced you are, the more you learn about what the setting should be for that slicer. So for example, I can go into the strength here on the device. If I go back to prepare, and I can say, if I go to strength here, let's see I can say change that the infill, I can say change that to concentric, or I'm just doing things quick, like sparse infill. I can say rectilinear. Everyone likes. So there's ticks, trips. I'm just slurring my words. The little tricks that on the slicer that you have to know.
Okay.
To
So the
so
more you
yes,
know about how the printer operates, the better you can be at designing it,
yep,
knowing how it works. Okay.
and make it more efficient too. And you could lower the quality too. So you could print this at like low quality so it prints faster. So now if I slice this, let's see, how long is this going to take to print on this printer? I'm guessing this is like 4 hours, but let's see. Oh no, wow, this is 1 day, 22 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Why is that so long? But then you got to check the settings here. Maybe it's because of the color changes. The color changes slow the printer down a lot, so that could be why. But it's a 2 day print.
Yeah, this is so amazing. Um, here's a question from Miskatonic Madman saying, how smooth is the printed hull? Do you need much sanding?
So that would depend on what your setting is in terms of the finish here. So if I go back to prepare here, so you've got settings here for your quality. So you could make it very high quality, but the time is going to go down. I think this was set to standard quality. Let me see here. Oh, this is on a 0.2 nozzle. That's why. Yep. You hit it on a 0.2
That
nozzle.
0.2 millimeter or
Yeah, yeah. So that was a much smaller nozzle. So you can
that's
change the
tiny.
nozzle that you use. Yep. So this is I went to the 0.4 nozzle, and uh, there's a setting for quality that you can use. To make it. So you can change this. He doesn't have them in the presets here, but you can change like to 0.6, or you can change it to like a low quality print. But let's slice that now and see how much that went down by. But you saw the finish on those coasters. I mean, they're pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, it was really,
the
really
finish is
everyone
really. Yeah, we'll show some of the 3D printed
could
stuff.
sell those suckers quick, man.
Yeah. So this is okay. Yeah, so it went down to 9 hours from
Okay.
2 days. An overnight print is not a
Yeah,
big
but
deal. You go
I
to
was
bed and
printing one of
you
these
wake
for
up.
myself though. I think I'd want the highest quality. I wouldn't want to rush
I think
this.
that was overkill though for that 0.2 nozzle though, and something like this,
Oh,
because you could sand, yeah, yeah. So 0.1, yeah, the layer height, as TK is saying, the layer height makes a big difference. So that's something too. As you get into it, you can tweak it, but um, it's just an amazing. I'll show some of the stuff. I was really impressed with the bamboo, how good it was. So yeah,
yeah.
it's
You want me to
so.
remove this from the stage, or are we going to show the?
Well, here, let's show something else here. Let's close this project. Let's do a new project. Save changes now. But well, here, let's just show that coaster, how that coaster prints, and then I'll show like taking something in from scratch. Let's see here. Where's that maker world here?
That
Let's see.
animation we were seeing, that was kind of a simulation almost, like it was showing you kind of the steps it would take.
It shows you the path of the printer. Yep.
Okay.
So it's showing you that path. So you can see what's happening, if there's interference, your supports. I mean, there's a lot. You could spend hours and hours just tweaking a file and making something more efficient. Yeah, you always want to, best quality in the least amount of time is the goal, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so like this. Let's see these coasters. Let's open in Bamboo Lab. So I'll just show you how that. It's a very simple one. But
Yeah, and Frank this is where it scares me. Frank is like it's a science in itself. There are many trees and switches and buttons. Yeah, that's why I've been afraid. Like not afraid. I've been apprehensive about getting into this because I already spend so much time doing what I'm doing, and I know I would just like, okay, here's another thing I have to learn. But I know that it would enhance my model building.
it would.
I could build add-ons to what the kits I already have. I could do kit bashing. I could create stuff.
Oh yeah, you would, and I'd be there to help you too. But something like this, like these coasters, right? You say you bought the printer, you set it up, it shows you all the instructions. It's very easy to, unscrew it and put the filament in.
Screws.
You open this file. You want to print some coasters. It's printing face down to get that nice finish. You put the four colors, or three colors in: red, white, blue, and then you tell it you've loaded the plate. So like, we're gonna print the four coasters first. You click slice plate. It's slicing it uh, right now, and let's see. It's gonna tell me how long. It's gonna say 3 hours, 3.5 hours to do these four coasters. You could tweak it. You could change the speed here. So I could change here. Let's go down to like standard. Standard, that was like high quality. Let's say the standard quality. Let's see, use modified value, and let's slice it again, see what it comes out to. Something like that, you might want to do the higher quality because of the lines. But all right, 3 hours and 15 minutes, so it didn't save that much time.
Might as
I
well go
just click
higher.
print plate, and that's sending it to the printer, and you're done.
Well,
Provided
you
you
just
got
have to make sure you've
filament.
loaded your medium and stuff, all that, right? And prepped
Yeah,
your printer.
and it's gonna print. So there you go. You've got these. Now I'm not saying to go spend $1,000 to buy, $10 coasters. But
No, you can spend
that's overkill.
$1,000 to sell 4,000 of the coasters.
Yeah,
That's the trick.
yeah. So you can do some great work. In terms of finding some really cool things, and if you go to Maker World, uh, if you go, if we just go 3D models here, right? Most popular. If you see all these little cute things, anything that's on here, the designer for Bamboo Labs, they've got the profile, so you just click and print it. So then if I like that, I can say, oh, I like that Batman.
These are free, or do you have to pay for all this stuff?
They're all free. So some of them you can't sell though. You've got to have permission to sell. So most of these you're not allowed to sell. But then if I wanted to add that to my collection, so I say, oh, let's add that to my superhero collection, right? Boom. So look at someone did. Look at that. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. That looks like those little toys you have that have all the little pins
Yeah.
in it. And you push your hand in there.
Yeah.
Good thing you go to
Very
the toy
cool.
store and everyone put their face on it to make them
Yeah.
realize how many other noses have been on that thing.
Yeah. Look at this. You check your tire tread depth. I mean, of course, if you have calipers, but or this is great if you're a painter. Like this is really cool for
Wow.
paintbrush organizer.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, I've been trying to think of things I could make to sell as a merch store. Like not T-shirts or things like that, but like brush holders or little things that like I've done. Like I made a little miniature light table for myself.
Yeah, so you could do stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
So that I just saved that. I'm gonna print that. I do a lot of painting, so
that looks nice.
So that's a fun one. So yeah, so there's also there's Thingiverse too, just to compare like Thingiverse, and they've got a lot of great models there. Xenomorph up from the
Oh, that's
ceiling.
cool! Coming out of the ceiling.
Holy camole!
That is nice.
Isn't that wild? And then you put that at work, right? And you're dropped down.
Yeah, and it looks like they painted the like that black. It's like a gloss. It looks like there's 3D.
Yeah.
Back in there.
So that's
obviously
the skill, is the painting skill. Yeah. But Thingiverse is. I'll just put this in the chat. So that's.
Oh wait, it's Trek Mods is here. Where's Trek Mods?
Sorry, Trek Mods.
Jody's here. Trek Mods. Everyone subscribe to Trek Mods. Great channel. I don't know if I have any of his stuff queued up to show you, Mark. But he does some really cool scratch builds out of.
Oh wow!
Like the most cool. I want to have him on I need to have him on the show one day to talk. This guy, like the stuff he's doing now, he's doing a Hornet, USS Hornet. Oh gosh, it's escaping me. You can put it in the chat, Jody.
Yeah.
But he like just whatever he has available to him, he just like credit card, like an old credit card, he'll put that in and make that part of the model because it's the right size.
Wow.
I mean, it's amazing stuff. It's like most resourceful
A lot
stuff.
of talented people out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so these are just examples of models you can find, on Thingiverse. And what I'm printing right now, if I go downstairs, let's see if this is finished. I love doing the Doomsday Machine. So I just
How long does it take you to print those guys?
Well, depending on the size. So the Doomsday Machine, the like 10-inch model, I think I do overnight. I can do like 7 of them or 8 of them on one build plate.
It'll print all on, so you don't have to change material or add the.
Yeah. Or what's nice with the Bamboo Labs, you can do the have like 2 rolls, and if one roll runs out, it can go to the next roll automatically. If you tell the printer it's the same roll. Yep. So I'm sure you recognize this ship.
That looks familiar.
Constellation, right? So
yeah.
I'm printing a very small resin one to go with the Doomsday Machine. It might be a little bit big, but so this was about a 2-hour print. So I think it almost should be almost done right now. But this is the resin printer. So let me show you how you'd pull a model into a resin printer. So
wait, so you do have a resin printer as well?
I do have a resin printer, yeah. So we'll go downstairs and show that stuff. But say if I go into my Star Trek folder, all my models I've saved, and let's grab like the I love the NX-01 refit. So let's see if I've got that here. Let's see where
that's one of my next projects.
Yeah, that refit is,
and it's just the kit, but it's the refit's pretty nice. You should build a 350 scale Doomsday Machine. It would only be about a mile.
It would be about a mile long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 350 Enterprise is 3 feet long, so it would be it's miles long with a maw that could swallow a dozen starships.
Yeah. So here's the file. So this person had done these files either separately or just you could do it all together. So it's a 350. It's got an STL file. So I'm just going to drop the STL file into here.
2:50 a.m. for Frank. Wow.
Wow.
Not tired yet. Frank, before you go to bed, if you do have to leave, let me know. So I'll show your stuff first when we get to the viewer.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do it. Whenever you want to do that, that's fine. But here's the. I just pulled the model in, and then what you want to do is you want to rotate the model so it's at an angle as you print. There's a lot of little tricks to printing, but and then it's gonna let me delete that model.
Can you tweet? Well, I guess I'll ask it later. Never mind.
Well, you could do like a magic too. You could say magic, like I'm feeling lucky with this lychee slicer, and it's gonna try to do everything for you automatically. So I can do I'm feeling lucky. It's gonna
find that you can trust that
optimal. Usually. Sometimes you can, or it's a good starting point. So it's analyzing the object, and that as AI gets better. So now what it's doing, it's adding all the supports. So the way this prints upside down, and it's additive. So let's see, it's going through everything, adding the bracing. Lychee is they've done a nice job with it. So now it's going to print. It's going to start this way. Let's see if the best way to show that. It's going to start upside down, and then the ship is hanging down, almost like in orbit, right?
Oh, nice.
So, but you never want to have the ship, with right angles. You don't want it flat because of the way the suction works with the resin. So you always want to have things offset a little bit. And of course, I would probably hollow this out. You would hollow this model out so you save resin. Otherwise, you'd be printing too much.
See, I would be printing in 3 pieces because I'd light it.
Yeah, and then you could hollow it, and then you could slice you could slice it in half, or this person did have everything set up where you can buy it, not buy it, but they had it in pieces where you could do it like that. So you could, especially if you're lighting something like that. Um, but yeah, it's a debate. Like, should you buy the kit, the plastic model, or print it? I mean, it's pretty wild to be able to print these and paint these, and
Yeah.
the cost isn't that high relative to with the resin. So and you can, and like if you got into it, you could customize it, or you could do kit bashing and all kinds of fun
Well, you
fun
could
things.
also you can fix things that you wish would be fixed. For instance, the NX01 refit. If can you scroll it so we can see the new hull, the secondary hull there?
Yeah, let me rotate around there. Yeah, of course it's got all the supports on
Oh,
it.
okay.
Let me try to
Well,
kill the supports. Yep.
so I guess what I was getting at is on the refit, they've got a big deflector dish, right? Now in
Yep.
the big hull. When they did that, it negated the need for that skinny radar thing in the front of the saucer
Yep.
section. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
if I was doing this, I would alter this design and get rid of that and smooth out the front of the saucer. You don't need two deflector arrays.
Yeah. Yeah. The
You know what I mean?
secondary. Yeah. This deflector right here. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, the one in the
let me
tip.
delete it. The tip. Yep. Yep. Yeah. The tip here. Yep. Let me drop
At
that
the
again.
bow. Yeah, at the bow of the
At the
ship.
bow. Yeah. So
You wouldn't need that thing because you'd have the big dish in the bottom.
Yeah, so I'd actually 3D printed this model, and actually that front part had broken off. I'm like, that's not so bad,
Yeah,
right?
you can even break it off and use like the technique I was showing with the CA glue and baking soda. You can put some masking tape underneath to catch to keep the
Yeah, so you're
glue in
talking this front
place.
little
Yeah,
deflector dish here. Yep, yep. Get rid of
yeah. If it
that.
were
Yep,
me, I'd break that off. I'd sand it
and
down,
fill
then
it
use
in.
CA glue and fill it in with the baking soda or Instaset.
Yeah.
Build it up and then sand it down. Then you got a nice smooth.
Or if you're good at 3D modeling, you could just remodel that so you fill
Well,
that
yeah,
in.
and that's
I'm
the
not a 3D
question.
modeler.
Okay, so you need to really get skillful at if you want to
Yeah.
design this stuff.
Now I'm guessing this isn't. If you knew 3D modeling, this is not too bad because you're just going to continue this profile around to here. I know how to use a CAD system for engineering in 3D, but I never got into the 3D modeling like this for parts. But I'm sure I could probably something like that I could figure it out. That's on my list of things to list of things to learn.
Yeah, just I would
Uh,
start with stuff, learn how to tweak them, and then that teaches you how to
yeah,
use them. It's probably just like anything else, uses nodes and
yeah, yeah.
curves and stuff, right?
So that's something I've got to learn. Yeah. So how to do, and I know some basics, some of the basics, but
Right.
here, why don't we show some of the 3D prints
Okay.
that I've done, and then we'll go down to the base before it gets too late. Yep.
Okay. Before
So
we do that, would you mind if I showed a
oh yeah,
couple of the
let's
viewer mail things?
yeah, let's do that. Yep, yep.
Okay, cool. Oh, and Jody says, looking forward to your ambassador mod. Yeah, so I'm doing a mod of the Enterprise C. Well, that's the one you've mentioned that you've seen.
Yeah, I love the Enterprise C. That's great. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start here with. Okay. Oh wait, did I not get? Okay, first of all, here you go. I'm going to put a link in the chat. I did copy it there, Frank. There you go. There's a link to your playlist so people can sub to you. Let's see here. Present. Bear with me, folks.
Yep, and oh,
there we go. Can we see that?
there we go. Yep, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I think. Can you see? Is everyone see?
Yeah, I can see the files. Yep, I can see the files. Yep.
Okay. So, Frank sent over. This is a really great Enterprise D model that he did. Really good lighting there.
Hey, lemon pie.
Hey, Lemon Pie is here. Are you able to see? Is he showing here?
Can you blow it up or double click? There we go. Now I can. Wow, that's
there
amazing.
we go. Okay, yeah. So there's this really nice job.
That's awesome.
And that company I was saying earlier, Green Strawberry, they make a really nice change for the deflector array that I used. If I ever build it again, I'm definitely getting one.
So you replace what's in the kit then, or the
yeah. Yeah,
so
and it's a resin print.
Is this a 350 or is this
no, these are 1400. 350 of the
okay.
D would be like a 6-foot model.
Oh yeah, in scale, I guess, right? Yeah.
Right. So there's some great stuff from Frank. And now I'm gonna go over here to Ian. Ian sent me a bunch of stuff. He's made this really good I don't know if you wanted to Jupiter 2.
Nice. Yeah.
Which
That's amazing. Yep.
I've done mine.
Beautiful.
Mine is going to Jill.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and then
as the original panel, Greg Nicotero has because a friend of a friend works on a lot of TV productions for SciFi, and he sent me some pictures. And Clobbering Times and I was looking at it. It wasn't to show publicly because the person was interviewing Greg Nicotero. We're like, is that the bridge of the Jupiter 2 with the instruments? And I asked my friend, he's like, yeah, it's the original.
Greg Nicotero
wow! In his basement studio, he's got the tube. And my brother-in-law whose friend does the filming. He's like, how did you nerds notice that? I'm like, it's the we knew instantly. But
we have
like,
an eye,
the original one or the so he did the video. It's he didn't show the Jupiter 2, but it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, so Ian sent these over to the Slave 1, and he said he was debating whether or not to weather this because Slave 1 is notoriously weathered.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And you know what? I was thinking about it. If it were me, I would leave it like this because we haven't seen. I mean, obviously, this ship came off the assembly line at some point,
right?
Look at it. This is really nice. This is great detail. Yeah, look at this.
Nice job. You got some nice. Well, you wouldn't call that weathering, but that's.
Looks like a wash, maybe. He put
a wash, yeah. Really well done, yeah.
Yeah, washes are great. Really.
No, it makes it really look like it's real metal there. It's a real.
Yeah, the washes are good for tiny areas. Like it makes it make a shadow. It makes it look more like a shadow's prevalent and gives it less of a flat look. That was it for those. But Ian sent me a bunch of stuff. He's done all kinds of neat things. Here's Mark. It's not you, Mark, but this is what I was going to show you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know what this is.
Yep.
Look at this.
Nice shit.
This is a nice phaser. Look at that detail.
Because I have the Diamond Select, and it's okay. I mean, it's pretty darn good, but it's not movie prop level. Oh, there's a resin print with the Adam.
Yeah. So this is Mark is doing a full Munsters house, like every room, everything in there. I'll get back to those, but here's the innards of the phaser. Nice stuff there. Oh yeah, and so here he's making a full blown Munsters house, everything. So this is the foyer, I think.
That's dedication. Yep.
Oh, it's amazing what he's doing. He's like everything you see here is handmade, scratch built. Like all these little individual boards he does, he stains them.
Labor of love, yeah.
Wallpaper. And he's got the dollhouse community has really been helping him out. I plan to have him on the show too at some point. Here's some more phaser parts. Go to Ron.
This you can buy and build and.
Yeah. This is great. So I did a HAL 9000 build a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do
Look what Ron did in his house. Look at this. I mean, isn't that sweet? He's got HAL right there.
IBM, HAL. And a Beatles fan. Awesome. Love it.
Oh, yeah. IBM, HAL. Yeah. It was Nuke. Oh, my God.
Daisy.
Yeah.
Daisy. And whoever said that movie is boring is totally wrong.
Oh, I know. That's an amazing movie. And Daisy was the first song any computer ever did sing. Oh, Okay, this is the thing I was looking to show you. This is from Timothy. Timothy did a version of the General Lee. The OB1. Look at this.
Nice paint job.
Look at that, General Ben. Look at the flag there.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
It's a rebel car, right?
Yeah.
That's perfectly.
Then he did this is a really nice. I think this is the
2500
scale build. This is a small kit. Oh wait, no, this is an Enterprise C.
That's a C, but I love the iteration there, going from because the D, I don't like the lower hull section on the D with that trapezoidal shape, or this flows from A, B to C. It's just perfect iteration. Although, as you were saying in your video, the nacelles are really close to the hull.
Yeah, it's a design, and if you notice in the episode, they don't show how close the nacelles are to the saucer. They always move the angle a little bit.
Was that because I know there was an original design for the ship that didn't get used?
Yeah, it's really ugly. I hate it. Oh, good night, lemon
looks
pie.
more like the D. Take care of lemon pie.
It's like an enormous version of the D, and there's like twice the amount of windows in it, and it's really, I didn't care for it, but this is
really
good,
all you have to do is push those nacelles, make the hull just like a half inch longer, an inch longer.
Yeah,
push those nacelles back.
Yeah, so what I'm doing with the nacelles, I'm having them not an L shape on the struts, but just a sweep like the Enterprise A. They're going to go back a little bit, and maybe a little lower, so the nacelles will sit under the saucer a little bit lower than the saucer. So nice sweeping back struts, and I got rid of the by accident, but I like
by accident. I was watching your video. Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah. But this is a really nice kit. I like the paint job here. Similar to the one I did last. I didn't do blue. Yeah. The studio filming model was like a baby blue, and it was really nasty. But that's the thing. If you print to studio model, it's not going to look like you saw on the screen.
Yeah.
When they paint these studio models, they'll paint something like the original Enterprise was very greenish, but it came out gray on the screen. It's just the way that
they made it for the camera, right, and the lighting.
So you can print.
Nexus World Hobby saying, I feel like the C should have pylons similar to the refit in the E. Well, that's the beauty of 3D printing. You could make your own, or if you're good at modeling. And I think someone had asked about are we using Blender? Miskatonic.
Miskatonic Madman X.
Yeah, and I dabbled in Blender. I started to learn it, but it's some kind of thing where you just got to keep using it. And I've been playing with a Fusion 360 to do some things too. So I guess it's your method of whichever one you like. But Blender's free, so learn Blender if you can. Yeah, a lot of great tutorials on the internet.
DJ Play Nice is DJ. But yeah, so Nexus on the build that I'm doing right now, these struts are going to just be more angled up like that.
That makes look sense,
a lot more like a.
You're going to bend them, like from your video. You're going to bend them, I guess, or
I'm going to try because like with the styrene. Yeah, what you do is you take the piece and you put it in almost boiling water. So you boil water and wait for the bubbles to stop. You dip it in there for about 5 seconds, and then you got about 5 to 6 seconds where you can bend it.
The trick is going to be get it uniform, I guess, right? That's going to be the.
Well, I'm just going to get them flat. I'm just going to make them flat.
Oh, you're going to totally flat. Okay, totally flat.
And then I just have to contour. I'm going to try it. If not, I'll just scratch build some out of some styrene sheets.
Yeah. Or I could 3D print something for you.
There you go. Send that. But anyway, those are the things. I know someone had said earlier in the chat that they had emailed something, but I'm not going to have the time. So I will definitely get those in on the next show, which is going to be March 2nd. Yeah, Sunday, March 2nd will be the next show. It's already booked.
Great to show these things. Yep, everyone. Great.
Oh yeah, thank you for looking at those with me. Yeah, that's part of the thing. I love to show what other people are doing.
That's great work. Yeah, God, I wish I could do cool stuff like that. Yeah.
So we'll get down to the basement before it gets too late.
Yeah.
So this was not that I don't know. I got my 10 o'clock show, so
Yeah. We got to get you. We got
need a
about 10
little
minutes
break in between. No, we got some time yet.
Okay.
We got to. I got to show. Well, I got a surprise to show you in the basement, so we got to get down there.
Ooh, okay.
But this was printed on the Bamboo Labs and using that green silk filament, and just amazing the quality you can get in the detail. This is not a resin printer, and I was floored by the quality. This is someone I subscribed to on Patreon, and Wicked 3D. I'll grab the link and put it in. And they have
That's nice.
movie models and Marvel models, and I love the creature from Black Lagoon. But the detail on this just blew me away
Yeah.
for uh,
I mean,
not a
someone
resin
went
printer.
someone went in and modeled this. This is
Yeah, this is modeled, and I printed
yeah.
it, so they have the base that goes with it, and of course I said, "Oh, let me just print them in green, so I don't have to paint them. If I'm lazy, maybe I could just like paint the eyes or the
Oh
mouth
no,
or something." But
you gotta paint him, man.
yeah, but or I'd print one, to gray, and then then go to town on the painting.
Oh yeah, and
But
then do some gloss stuff and make little bits of him a little
yeah,
glossier than others, like he's still wet.
yeah, but like something like this is the idea is you could print it. This is not a bad display piece, just like that. If, say you don't know how to paint. Oh, thank you, Check Bonds. Much appreciated. If you
Thanks, Jody.
uh, if you don't say you don't know how to paint, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you could
sure.
have a lot of fun, just printing some of that, stuff like that. Now this, uh, I love the thing, of course. So this, I've not finished painting this. I'd actually given a lot of these away, so this one was
Oh
not finished.
wow.
He's a little shiny, so I have a matte spray that I go put on him, but just painted him and then go through with the like a with the black acrylic and just
Hmm.
and then rub it off at the end there. Hey DJ, play nice, yep. And then of course you got to do the blue eyes, right? So once you do the blue eyes, then he really pops. But
Yeah, that would be good for a panel lining wash to put in there too.
to get all the, you could give me some tips on how to do that and to
Well,
get all the
yeah,
cracks. You mean right?
yeah, and you can even do it with acrylic. If you just get some of the black acrylic paint and put some thinner in there, make it very thin,
Yep.
almost like ink.
That's what I did
Um,
with this. Yeah, could like thinned it out.
oh yeah,
Was
and then
that
you just did
was
it,
that
and
in
then
the
you
right
could
track?
yeah. If, as long as you put a finish like a matte or a gloss coat on the outside first, then
Yeah.
you put the acrylic. Then you can just wipe off whatever doesn't go into the cracks.
All right.
You don't
So
have to
yes,
sit there
yeah,
with a
I'm learning
brush. You could
something.
almost pour it on there, and it would
You can
find its
almost
own
pour it
way.
on. Yep. So that was a great 3D print. I thought that I didn't model this, but I found this print and really cool. Here's Fallout
look,
guy,
look
right?
what Trekbot's asking. What's Spidey
He's
doing, man?
dancing. he's he's dancing. Yeah,
Oh, it looked
Raquel
like
would
his
say
hand was
Spidey.
moving around.
Raquel loved that Spidey. Yep, dancing Spidey. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there's the
This is
vault boy.
resin. Fallout Boy. Yep. So I got to paint this. But again, you could like paint this just one color if you wanted. If you're not that good, good at
Sure.
painting or
Well, this
learn
one wouldn't
painting.
be too hard to paint. It looks like it's big
No, that's a
enough.
pretty easy paint job. Yet, but pretty good details. I mean,
Did
you
you
can see it.
printed that too, like just from a file? And
That's from a file I found online and resin. Put them in the resin program, but yeah, it's just. I mean, you can create stuff. It's just wild. Here's I got to send this to Steve Mitchum. Here's a Thor pen, 3D.
oh, that's cool. You did that.
Like Steve Mitchum. So it's Mjolnir
That's
as a
really cool.
hammer.
So it like you just put like a pen, the innards of a regular
Yeah,
pen in that thing, and
you put a regular pen in here. Yeah.
how awesome is that?
And this was done, I think, on my very first 3D printer, that little monoprice.
Okay, looks like
Pretty.
you
I
had to
mean,
sand it down some, huh?
a little bit, but not too bad. I mean, so for a cheap little printer, it did do some nice stuff like this. Here's Eddie. Let me grab Eddie here. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera from Iron Maiden. I got to paint him.
Oh, cool.
Eddie the Ed.
So,
So this was done on
do you find that you do more resin stuff now than before?
resin is more work, but so it depends on what I'm doing. So that was printed with the this was printed with the old,
Element?
Bamboo Labs or my Sidewinder maybe, and this is resin
Oh,
side by
wow.
side.
Big difference.
So see the detail quality.
Yeah, there's less flash on the resin one.
Yeah. So, but this is not bad. When you're doing a monster like this or something, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But this is the FDM. This is the SLA, and then you have to. This is hollow, so then you've got to you know uh, drain it, and you want to make sure. That's one thing with the resin. Never want to have any resin sealed in there, so that can be a big
Yeah.
problem. So, but let's go downstairs because I got a surprise to show you.
Okay.
So let me let's see if this let me turn this camera off. And you're gonna lose me. Here, I'll just switch to the
cell phone. Totally cell phone. So let me see. All right, here. Let me turn this mic off here.
We're on the Marc D cam, right?
Yeah, and the Marc D cam. Yeah.
Reminds me of Letterman. They would have like the dog cam and.
Yeah. All right, so hopefully, let me see. Turn the volume up here. Hopefully, everyone can. This is an experiment. I've never done this before, so hopefully this works.
Fine.
Okay, so here's like there's a 3D print of the Batman, the bat symbol with the two colors.
POV.
All right, so hopefully I'm coming through fine. Here we're going through my house here. Don't mind the mess.
What's for dinner? That's
Spaghetti.
one thing for everyone. Mark loves to talk about food. I love to talk about food.
This is my side entrance here.
Oh, nice.
Battle of the Bronze. I've got these. You got to have Star Trek posters in your entrance, right? So the light.
Wish me luck if I try to do
that. So here's, of course, the very first.
What's the baseball thing there? You got.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Net. I'll show that. Yeah. So there's, of course, TMP.
And
the promo poster.
I remember. I think I saw when you got that. You ordered it, and you were.
Yeah, I was psyched. Nerdrotic actually was showing it, and so I love this poster here. This is see how it's got the foil?
Yeah. Oh man, look at that! That's amazing.
So that's I'm trying to remember the company where I've been buying these, but of course you gotta have graphics.
Frank says your whole house is a man cave. Me likey.
Thank you. Yeah. Leonard Nimoy sued Heineken over this poster. They used his image without permission.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Got some mini mates here. Yeah, so there's a picture of aliens I did as a kid.
Oh, that's cool.
Figured it'd fit in there. Yeah. Is pin
nice caricature.
Yeah.
And Nexus is saying, okay, not jealous, totally jealous.
Let's go to
so your office did run out. You spilled over.
Oh yeah. I've got the basement. Yeah, but my wife, God bless her for putting up with me, because I've got some Enterprises in the dining room. She's like, you got to get those out of there. Yeah, here's like old school Star Wars. I don't think I've shown the basement a couple times on my streams, but so this is my dungeon here where.
Lost you there.
Lost me? Oh, no, I'm back now.
You're back now. I can hear you. Okay, now you're back. Okay, we're good.
I'm back. I was probably going through the neutral zone there.
Yeah.
So this is what I wanted to show you. Let me put the gimbal down. Hopefully the battery's not going to run out on me. All right, so I did something special just for you, Sean. So hopefully you'll like this. Something to send you.
Wow, no way. Wow. I love it. That's so cool.
engineers love to change things. I was going to do it white, but then I said, let me try it in blue. And this is just coming off the printer, so I don't know. Hopefully you like the blue, but I know your logo.
I love it.
With the white.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, look at that. That's so cool.
So that's why
I was drooling over those coasters earlier. I'm like, those are so cool. I like these better.
Well, that's yours, right?
Wow.
So I added. I said I got to put the sci-fi model guy in here in Star Trek font. So I knew you'd you'd enjoy that.
Absolutely. Wow. Hell yeah. Thank you, man. I've been smiling for a week.
Now the other thing I've been working on doing, making light boxes. So what you can do with something like this, I could make this into a light box. So this is from my my good buddy. His wife is a huge Bills fan, so I felt bad for her after they lost again to the Chiefs. So got to put some LEDs in here, and then you can just power up USB-C, and then I've got a switch to go on in here on the side, and I've never done much. I haven't done any LED lighting before, but I've been watching your videos, so
yeah, they're not too hard.
They're not too hard, right?
Trek Mods has got to go. He'll watch later. Thanks for popping in, Trek Mods, and you'll like Mark's show. He's got a live stream tonight. It's the Sunday Night Geekery.
Yep.
In about 40 minutes.
About a half hour, 45 minutes. Yep.
Yeah. So definitely check him out. Wow.
So so I'm gonna, I could make, you could make this, turn this into a light box. Say, so like here's a Star Wars light box that I printed.
Yeah, there you go.
And this one I've got lazy. Oops, I just bought a, like a puck light.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
But then I'm like, it's gonna be a lot cheaper to do, strips, the LED strips. But then you could, put a hole in there and hang that on the wall or do fun stuff. So
with those little Velcro, if you don't want to damage, you could get those.
Yeah, you can do Velcro. Strips. Yeah. Here's this is a really cool dragon. I printed. That's pretty wild. So
did you print that?
Prints right on the plate like that. Prints on the plate, all in place.
Like you don't have to assemble that or anything.
You don't have to assemble it. It comes off like that. It's all the links. This is a file on, and all the links are assembled together. It builds it together. It's just amazing.
Like, how do they? Like, it moves around. Like, do you have to kind of snap them?
No, it just comes off the plate exactly like that.
Interesting.
So that's really cool. Now here's the Doomsday Machine. This is what we're going to show everyone.
Oh yeah, that's what everyone I think is. Look at that. And do you paint these as they come out?
I painted this. Yep. So I got few painting skills there. Getting a little bit better, but this was dry brush and gray filament and painted black first, and then this one actually came out really good. I thought this paint job came out, in my humble opinion. But
yeah.
So that's one of the bigger ones. I got to send one of these your way too with some of these coasters. So
oh man, I'll definitely I'd owe you an Enterprise or something.
Yes, I've been working on where is it? Here's the one I've been. This is how it starts out. So I've been working on just getting started with this one to send to you. So it's not obviously not painted, but that's how it comes out. That's the before. And paint it. And the other thing I want to do is light this sucker someday too. So I've got to figure out a way to put magnets and separate it in half. Or I got to talk to you about the best way to light this, because what I'm doing now, I'm printing this base, and then I guess if you did a copper with a hollow base, then you could run the power through there, I guess, or you could just put batteries in here that light up. But I got to talk to you about.
I would do a battery in the base, like a 9-volt battery in the base.
9-volt battery, yep.
And then, but yeah, you would probably want to print it, just cut it right in half.
Yep.
And print it that way, and that way you can put a pulsing SMD there in the front, so it would glow and pulsate.
And how long does the battery last with something like that with an LED? You get hours and hours on something like that, or
I don't know how long. Probably not forever. For some reason, those 9 volts don't seem to last long. But you could also just put a 9-volt power supply on it just as easily.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep, yep. No,
Those are
because the
only like
LEDs are so
$7.
efficient now. You know, if the battery lasts for I banged the camera for a long time. That's the way to go too. Yeah, because then you don't have to have everything hardwired. But yeah, and then people use magnets in the 3D prints a lot of times to separate them and
then
just
snap them back together.
Yep.
Oh well, if it was, I mean, if you were gonna light it, what I would do is print 2 halves. It's hollow. These are hollow in the middle. I'm guessing, right?
Well, then there's I could make it hollow, but there's a fill in there, so when you 3D print, it doesn't collapse on itself. So you could add a hollow section to it.
As long as you had
out.
a thing for the lighting, I would do it in half, print them in halfway, and then you put the lighting in there, and then when you put it together, you glue it, and then just put some putty to hide the seam line.
Finish it. Yep.
And then paint it after that.
Then you paint it. Yep. Yep. No, because it really does need. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but it would be take it to that next level with the lights. Yep.
Yeah. Now I don't know about the maw, because you would kind of want that thing fully lit, right? The entire maw.
You'd want the light in the middle there coming through.
Do they make clear? Do they make clear filament stuff?
They do have clear. You can do clear resin, but then you'd want to get the color, I guess, somehow too. Or I guess if you had an orange LED, yep, that'd be the
definitely
trick.
Options for sure.
Yeah, or if you just had the painted with the light source coming out, it would get that nice color through it too. Maybe that's a fun project to work on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if it was a clear plastic with that color paint, it would come through like that.
It would come through. Yep.
Even if it was white, if you can get white, the light will come through it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I would definitely do
next iteration.
I would do pulsating SMDs.
All right, you're gonna hook me up, point me in the right direction on those.
Sure,
yep,
absolutely.
Yep, I have no idea what to get for those. Yep. So these I'm printing for all my channel members as a giveaway to say thank you. So this is printed on purple, blue metallic filament. Then I dry brush, and then I've got to paint the front here, and then drill it for the base. Actually, what I should get smart is 3D model in the hole for the rod, and then print those bases. Right now, I'm just drilling them, but want to give. So I've got a whole bin of these.
Oh my god!
It's
a giant box of bugles.
Yep, box of bugles. Yep. So let me show a couple of 3D prints here. So
okay, just let you know, it is almost
a couple minutes.
An hour or two. Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Famous last words, but I do want to show a couple of these things quick, and then we'll get on out of here. If that's okay with you. Yep.
I know I'm fine with it.
You're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the warning. Yep. So this was on.
Printed that?
Yeah, I printed this on the resin. Is that beautiful?
Clean. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. So this was printed in pieces. So I have Funtac just holding them together.
Wow.
So here's
Texas says Kirk got PTSD from seeing that bin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a dream, and every night thousands of doomsday machines are attacking.
Yeah. So I've got to.
Wow.
So I've got to glue this together, and then like you said, we'd use resin to fill in these cracks or sand them, and then glue it, and then paint this, and then there's a base that goes with this. But I might sell some of these too. Some people really like this, so this is something I subscribe to. Do you think I should sell them just as pieces and people put them together? I guess you'd sell it as a kit like that. Versus paint. Well, I'm not that. Say my paint job comes up. It's easier, obviously, to be able to sell things that are non-painted if you can.
Yeah, I mean, if you paint them, that's a whole other thing. What you could do though is you could sell. I would paint one of them, or have someone paint it for you with an airbrush, really nice, with different shades of the red, for his outfit. Oh, I totally know what I would do that. So like his all the edges, or like the edges of the suit and of the helmet, I would paint those with a nice black with the airbrush. Like,
Yep.
and when you go over it with the red, the black will kind of come through and adds a lot of detail.
A lot of detail, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta have fun trying to. I do have an airbrush, and I'm gonna try to paint
I hate
it.
using my airbrush.
Yeah, it's not so easy. Yeah,
It's
but now
easy. I just hate that it takes me more time to sit up and clean up than it takes me to paint.
now they
Like,
have the paint that's ready to go, which is a lot easier. I have to say, the already pre-mixed paint.
oh yeah, but I still thin mine down a bit.
Still thin it. Yep.
But even then, like, I have to get all the stuff out. I got to put things on my wall to prevent the paint from getting on my stuff. I got to lay it out, get the airbrush out, run some thinner through it to test it. Then I paint for 5 minutes, and then I'm cleaning the darn thing for 15.
Yep.
I hate my air. I hate the airbrush. I hate it.
Yeah,
I know Kirk's probably gonna slap me here, but the dual build, I'm building the 2 enterprises right now.
Yeah.
It's a little easier because I could spend double the time painting, so it kind of makes it easier to.
So here's another resin.
Yeah, Kirk's calling me a wimp. Yeah, wimp. What are we looking at here?
So this is a resin Fantastic Four print with the Super Skrull and the Invisible Woman. So here's the base here. Go down. That's the base. It hasn't obviously been assembled. And let me show the figure. So here's Sue. Oh no, she exploded.
Oh.
To reprint it. She exploded. Yeah, there must have been resin stuck in there, and then she exploded.
Oh no.
That happens sometimes. Yep. But here's the hand for the Super Skrull. Or maybe I didn't cure her long enough. Yep. Oh no, yeah. Actually, see, there was some resin. There was some resin trapped in there. So that happens sometimes. Just the resin was trapped in there.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, and TKS says, "Oh yes, Invisible Woman is easy. No paint needed."
No paint needed. Yeah. So that's
and Miskatonic Madman says it was a transporter accident.
Transporter accident. Yeah. So you print the separate pieces. Yeah.
All Commander Sonax.
She exploded. Yeah. Oh no, so. But that happens. Yep. So I got to put that back together. Here's print for Playmates. So this is a Star Trek table that I found online.
It's like the ready room or the
ready room table. Yep.
You need the triangle monitor.
It does have the monitor. I've got to glue that on. Yep. So it does come with the. Where's the monitor hiding? Here's the Super Skrull. So you got to keep all your pieces organized.
Yeah.
Where's It's always cool to look at the head there. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's trying to focus. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
But just the detail in this resin is just amazing. Yeah. That's very, very cool. So let's let me just show that. I'll grab that print out of there and out of my resin printer. It's done, and then we'll head on out here. Oh, here's my 3D printed Liberator.
Oh, that's from Blake 7?
Yep.
Wow, that's cool. I still need to watch that show. I'm holding off on watching it because I know once it's over, it's over.
Yeah. So here's I know we're going through here. I have ships everywhere. So Playmate ships as we're walking around.
Defiant, Klingon.
Yep. My son's artwork. Voyager.
Yeah. Those are model kits?
Those are all Playmates, the toys.
Even the Voyager was?
The Voyager, that's a toy, yep.
Oh my goodness.
And the nacelles move up and down. They're motorized.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think that's a pretty rare one. And the Defiant is tough to get now, too, yep.
Oh, that's nice. They all look like model kits.
Yeah, no, they did a nice job with them. These all light up, and So I've got these, of course,
Sure.
I think I've got to remember to check the batteries or take the batteries out. And then here's an old Enterprise I did years ago.
Wow.
So more of
If you ever move, man, you are going to spend about a year. Yeah.
I'm screwed. Oh, actually, this is what I wanted to show. Important safety tip. I have one of these halogen lights in the basement, and I had my Enterprise in dry dock. I built this as a
you
kid.
melted it, didn't you?
I was so proud of this as a kid. And the nacelles always fall off on these, and of course, hopefully I can get it out now. I might try to 3D print something, but back in the day, I'd painted every panel. I'd mixed paint. I don't know if you could see that. I did like my own Aztec pattern.
Oh, wow.
Painted every square.
I did that with a D once, yeah.
Did hours and hours of work, and I'm looking at them like, I actually did pretty good job, relatively speaking.
Sure, yeah.
And then the cell had broken off, so I had it up there. And then I had the damn halogen light on. And of course, the model's very dirty, so it melted my Enterprise. I don't know if I got to cut out a piece or how to fix that, but I'll never get the paint job to say. But I was so mad when that happened. I'm like, you moron,
Yeah, wow.
I was so bummed out. I had that model for years, and I had that in college.
Oh, they split open too on the.
Yeah, the nacelles okay. Yeah, I could fit it, but fix it. But that part, it's all. So I don't make it battle damaged. I don't know.
Well, you could turn it into the end of Star Trek 3.
Right? That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
like having it in the middle of the explosion.
Yeah. So someday I'll get back to that, but I was bummed out. There's another Enterprise D and the thing. You got the bat wing and another bird of prey. So these are all toys. Yeah.
Wow.
So here's my resin printer, and so I printed that Star Trek model. Hopefully it worked. Famous last words.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a Hulk that I'm printing. That's coming out of the resin printer. So here's here's just like a pile of 3D prints in here as they're working on them.
Now, how much is the material? I keep meaning to ask you. Like, is it
a bottle of 1 kilogram is about $20, $15 to $20.
And how much mileage do you get out of that?
You get quite a bit of mileage out of it. This is hollow, so probably spend like $40 a month on resin. It tells you when you cut the piece how much resin you're using, so you can calculate it. But most like the FDM, most of them, depending on the size, is like $1, $2, to print. So it's not too bad.
So it's not insane, and I'm assuming you recycle this stuff and like melt it back down, right?
Well, you can't really do that. It'd be nice if you could, but you can't recycle. I mean, some people do. I don't do that though. Like here's something that's wild for the Mego.
Oh my goodness, a little phaser.
Yeah, for the Mego. So everyone loses the phasers, right? For those little dolls.
Yeah.
Action figures, excuse me. And
action
look at the detail. Look at the detail on that.
I know, that's crazy. So you could sell those. Like, hey, you need a replacement phaser, and
yeah, you could sell them. Yeah, I mean, technically, this is someone's model, so you've got to model it yourself or get permission from the designer. But so let's get into the resin printer here and let's see if let me lift this up. Let's see here. So what you've got is you've got your vat of resin here. Let's turn that on. So I do have a fan going all the time, an exhaust fan over here, and I've got another fan blowing.
that
so you want
to like
careful.
a pipe to get
goes out. Yeah, it goes outside the house.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So you really need a table. You should have. I got this El Cheapo table on Amazon, metal table. You should have a parts washer, and you need an infrared curing station. You don't have to do that. You can build your own, but let me just buy the ready-made one. So you've got to wash your parts in here in alcohol. So here we've got, this is some of the Hulk. There's the Hulk.
How long do they have to sit in there?
About 20 minutes, but you could just let them sit longer. But that's what happened to the Invisible Woman. I think she had resin that was stuck inside her, so that'll drain out. And I've got more. So what I do a pre-wash, but what most people recommend you do a pre-wash to get most of the stuff out, the resin washed off, residue, and then you put it in your parts washer. So see, that's relatively clean. So you do a two-step process, and what you can put this out on the sunlight to let it evaporate, because you don't want to put that down the drain, obviously. So let me get the gloves on here,
and then do you ever get like a brush and like scrub them to get them really clean?
Scrub them, yeah. Use a toothbrush.
Okay.
And scrub them off. But I found doing the two-step process really works really well. So you kind of rub them brush them down with the pre-wash, or I let the parts sit in here in that first container. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sometimes we'll let them sit overnight. And then I put them into the final cleaning, and then you cure them. So that's probably what happened with an Invisible Woman. As I said, she probably had some stuff stuck in there. So let's.
And TKS said that box was the box of shame of the things that didn't go right.
Well, yeah, there were a lot of problems in the. I switched the resin. I was using the water washable resin, and I went to the standard resin. So these were all failing on me with the water washable resin. Man. So I've had a lot better luck with the standard resin, and you use isopropyl alcohol to wash your stuff down.
Yeah, I use that like when I'm getting ready to paint a kit. I'll rub it down with that, or because it gets all right? Well, yeah, just the ISP gets, like, if I have any oil from my fingers on stuff, and it just helps.
Yeah. There's so that.
Well, I was going to say your skin got wrinkly.
Yeah. So here, let's check. Nope, I'll go that way. So you've got the way this prints. The machine goes up and down, and dips it in and does each level at a time. So there's the constitute. Oh, we did have a failure there. Let me get turn the. I don't want to get resin on my camera. But I can see the hull separated there. It's tough to tell, but when I get it off. But that's how it prints. I was trying to print that for the Doomsday Machine, so I probably have to go back and fix that in the print, put some more supports in, or do something there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But typical, like here's some of the supports you'd have, and that's all waste to hold the model on the plate. So I'm going to just scrape this guy off, and let's see what.
And while you're doing that, Nexus says, I made the mistake of having my printer in front of the window, and the sun cured my vat of resin during printing. Oh man.
Oh no.
That must have been a pain to get out.
Yeah, God. So here's him coming off. So see that front hull is separated there. See that?
Yeah.
The hull didn't print. So I got to either change the angle of the print or go back and figure that out. But so what I can do here is I'm just going to dunk this guy into real quick.
Well, eventually you would think that the AI is going to get good enough where it's going to know exactly the angle.
Yeah, I did that with the AI, and then but I think it messed up. It put way too many supports in, so I was trying to cheat it. So you got to break the supports off. Something like this is actually pretty fragile too. So let me pop this off. Let's see off it. If it's a constellation, it doesn't matter if it gets destroyed, right?
Yeah. You can make it the constellation.
Yep. So I did just mess this up because I'm trying to something like this. You got to cut everything carefully, and because it's a small little fragile.
Mm-hmm.
I think I popped one of the cells off. Let's see here. Yeah,
I would probably use like a very thin
clippers.
saw.
Yeah, you could do that and go through. Yep. So something like this, I know I'm probably. But you get the idea. So you break off.
Yeah.
You break off the supports. Let's see. There it goes. Yep. But that's where you got to be
before
careful.
You wash it, or do you?
Well, usually what I do, I found, is wash it a little bit, let it soak, and then you just clean it. Clean it after. Makes it. Just let it soak before you cut all these sprues off. So, but yeah, that once I get that perfected, then I could print those to like hang off the Doomsday Machine in front of the Doomsday Machine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
it's going to be a constellation that you're flying into it.
Flying in, yeah. You could put a wire and then have that hanging off. So I'm just going to let this guy soak.
Did you ever see the constellation that I built?
Yeah, that was incredible. That was amazing.
You know what's funny? The only reason I thought of doing that was because the model kit itself was warped all beyond fit. I couldn't fix it. It was just warped like crazy.
Had a bad kit?
Yeah, it was a bad kit, and
wow.
I didn't throw it away. I'm like, oh, I'll just save it. Maybe I'll use some of these parts for something later. And then it occurred to me, I'm like, wait a minute, I can just mess it up. And
it came out great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I took some liberties. It doesn't look exactly like it was in the show, but it gave me the idea of making the severely damaged ship.
It's a great way to do it. Yeah. This is a piece of the Hulk that came out of the first bath, and then I'm going to throw it into the finishing bath or the cleaning bath, and then there's a motor in there, and you can run that, say, for like 20 minutes. And it'll spin everything around. So I'm going to put that in there. I'll show you guys how this works. So you just turn this on.
TKS is saying you have a really nice workshop and you wish it had space for that to work around like that.
Thank you. Yeah. I cleaned up a lot of stuff and tried to, make a good, safe workspace, especially with the all the chemicals and stuff here. So that's spinning. Let's see if I angle this. So that's spinning everything around, agitating everything. So you can put that on, say for like 20 minutes.
That just washes it out, and
that washes it. Yep. So then these parts that I just took out, those have to dry, and then then what I can do is put these parts that just dried. It's a 3-step process into the curing machine. So let's do that now. That'll be a good spot to end the stream. So then what you do, you take everything, put them into your curing machine. So put these pieces in here. I do about 8 minutes, and if you have a really small piece, you could do less.
Now, do you have to turn them around underneath, or is there lights from?
There's a light underneath too. Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you don't have to.
So then I can go. I'll do like it's a big part.
It's not like making tater tots where you have to shake them after 8 minutes.
Yeah. So see the light underneath. If I go above here, and this is you always wear UV glasses. This machine is screened, to protect your eyes from the UV. Mm-hmm. The outer container, so that's just going to spin around for 8 minutes, and you can build your own, curing station. There's a lot of examples of that on the internet. How to do it yourself and save money. But I just
might as well buy it. Yeah,
I bought it's a little expensive, but I bought the whole kit together. And
does it say don't look directly into the trap?
Yeah,
don't look at the trap, Ray.
Don't cross the streams. Don't look into the trap. Yep. So, you got to be careful there. But let me put before I head back upstairs, what you always got to do is, make sure you seal everything up too. So
yeah, and you can't over cure these, right? Like if you forgot about it, it wouldn't.
Could start to turn color. People have said, one person there's more research I do. One person like, oh, you can't really over cure stuff. Like do 2 minutes. I just do 8 minutes now. It seems to be working. They said it could maybe get a little bit more brittle or change color or brown. I haven't had that experience.
Yellow it up or something.
Yellow
if you're going to paint it, then it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Even then, if you're going to paint it, who cares, right? I think the one problem you could run into if it was too brittle, I'm thinking. But I think that I've been doing about 8 minutes on these, and so far, so good.
And it only has to cure the outside, and the inside just.
Well, you do want to cure you want it to go through and cure the inside, cure it all the way through. So I think that's what happened with the Invisible Woman. So with that head.
What do you do on if you have a huge piece? Like if you're printing a big, it wouldn't fit in there. What do you do?
This printer is limited by, so the resin is much smaller, as you can see. So I mean, biggest piece that I could print on the resin would fit into here. Or I do have a secondary light if I want to do finishing work or sealing something. So I do have, this resin curing light that I could use. So theoretically, you could do something that's bigger. You can make make your own box with tinfoil that people do. But then, of course, always wear your safety glasses. God forbid.
Yeah.
Or you can put something outside and let it cure outside too. I mean,
there you go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could do that.
Real quick,
I want to shout out Thetazord here, who's leaving. Thetazord is got a radio show. I'm going to actually be joining him too, so we do need to wrap it up. But yeah, he's got a show. It does compete with Mark's, so I'll just leave it up to everyone. Dual check, go in and out. But Thetazord is doing
watch his, then go watch mine after,
or vice versa. Yeah, but he does. We listen to old radio shows from the 40s and 50s, like spooky stuff and science fiction, kind of preliminary to the Twilight Zone.
Very cool.
And sometimes I come on as Pinhead from Hellraiser. I have a little character. Yeah, so everyone, Theta, go ahead and sub to Thetazord too, everybody. It's a good old timey radio stuff. But Marc here has got a show at 9 as well.
Yep.
10 Eastern.
I gotta head out here in a couple of minutes, but yeah, let me walk back upstairs and get back on the computer. But so here's the basic. Zoom back. Here's the setup. You need, so you can fit a resin setup in a pretty small area, but you do want to have that ventilation.
Ventilation for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all that. That's
a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I could really get lost into that.
Yeah. So here, let's head back upstairs. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna post while you're going, I'm gonna grab Thetazord. I'm gonna grab his.
See, I've got the thing here. I got in big trouble for this. See, there's the housewife of the year.
Who is Jessica Sims? You got in trouble for that?
So old. Yeah, I'm showing that on screen now. I'm in big trouble. Yeah.
Oh no, it's just a classy picture.
Yeah.
But here, I'm gonna remove. Are you back at your?
Well, I'm walking back upstairs. Yep. So let me. You can probably hear me still. Yep. I'll turn this.
We've got two marks on the screen.
2 marks. Yep. I turn.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll be joining Thetazord soon. I might be a little late there, buddy, but I'll be there. So we can review some scary stuff. Good.
Okay, let me. All right, there we go. Let me leave.
Are you on Marc D cam or Marc D with a C?
I should be on the regular Marc D. Let's see. I'm gonna exit StreamYard here.
There we go. Okay. How's that? Well, I think you might be muted. I can barely hear you, but I think
Yeah,
it's
here,
coming
let me
through
fix my mic. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Into the
I
void.
had the wrong
goes.
mic on. Yep. Boomer.
That's okay.
Me and Boomer. Yep.
Man, Mark, thank you so much for joining and doing the show. I learned a lot. Hopefully, everyone else did too.
Thank you.
That's
Yep.
some good stuff.
And I learned some stuff from you guys too, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I've the coasters. Wow, that's so cool. I'll shoot you my address and stuff, and then if you wanted to do a how about this? How about in trade? If you want to do a Doomsday Machine, splice it in half.
Yeah.
Send it over to me, and I'll light it for you.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
How's that? I can light it and do the pulsing. I've got all the lights and stuff.
You got all the lights and stuff. Yep. Well, I'll send you two. One for you and one for me. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll get it over and I'll paint it up for you and see what I can do with the airbrushing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Get it all done.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
As long as the maw is like in at least white, if you can do it white,
yep.
Then the light will go through.
It'll go through, right? Yep. Yep. All right. Well, we'll talk. Yep. Yep.
All right, sir.
Any chance you will adopt me?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will see you. I will see you backstage for just a couple seconds.
Yeah. All right. But
thank you, everyone. I want to thank everyone for joining, and thank you for Miskatonic Madman and Radioactive and Admiral Teague for the super chats. I really appreciate it. It's always humbling to see the super chat come in. You see those, you're like, I don't deserve this. but I really had a great time, and one captain to another. So,
yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you. See you in a couple of weeks on another show. Later. Okay, I think we're clear.